I was in the emergency department and I was about to suture somebody's.
Okay, I don't know why this isn't working. Let's try again, please. Why does this not work, man? I do not understand why it do not work. Why do it not work? 1 second, Chad. 1 second. Trying to make sure we get all this set up and ready. Hope you're all doing well. It's good to see you. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Before we get started, I just want you guys to know we will be doing the roundtable today for however long the guys want to go, and then that'll be it. I'm not going to keep streaming after that for today. Then we'll be back to normal tomorrow, okay? I have to undo all the crap I did just to get this set up for just today because we planned this starting yesterday. So I have to undo all the things I probably screwed up. But that's okay. There we go. Okay, there's supposed to be chat on the screen for just for now, but it's not working because, you know, why would it? Why should it work? Why should it work?
Is there a casting couch behind it? Oh my god.
I'm glad I unmuted right when you said that.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh my god.
I was watching the Discord. I'm like, fuck,
Same.
that's the worst timing in history.
Actually, worst timing, yeah.
Give me just a second. I'm ready, whatever. We're just waiting on one more.
Yes, okay, dude. Bro, it's been a while since I've done face cam. I can't lie.
On God, though, this is the first time I ever properly doing it.
I feel like I didn't even have like a tash, bro. The last time I streamed on YouTube.
Cheap bro's got the pedo tash now. Let's go.
It's all part of the style, bro.
Oh no, fuck with it.
I need a haircut though. Too much at the minute.
I wonder if Raz will stream because he streams a lot.
I don't know what he's
It'd be
doing.
interesting if he does.
He'll get like by far the most amount of
Oh yeah.
viewers who actually care. The PvP community just doesn't give a shit. They'll buy anything and they'll do anything that Wildcard does.
100%.
Well, we have to, right? Like, well, I say we, like I still play PvP, but it's like we don't have a choice. If you either suck it up and do it, or you just don't play the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why'd you stop
That's
playing
pretty
PvP?
unofficial.
The thing I fell in love with about PvP doesn't really exist anymore. It's the game's 10 years old, right? So everybody sort of figured out how to do everything super fast.
Mm-hmm.
There are mobs still. I like my whole thing. The thing I started my channel on was like being naked, jumping on the beach, and like going from nothing to as far as we could go in a night, and then giving it all away and starting over the next day.
Okay.
But that doesn't, like, you can't really do that anymore. It's like not an easy thing to do these days.
Especially not an official.
Yeah, yeah.
I think every player misses the nuance of like when they first started playing and figuring things out, and then every new DLC, like you gotta figure out the new dinos, new items, stuff like that. Yeah,
The quality of the average Ark player has also increased, like
100%.
compared to like 6 years ago. You know.
You say that, but then ASA kind of restarted everything because ASA.
Well,
has loads
no,
of
we just
content.
got introduced to people on controllers. I think if you go on Steam,
Drones.
I wasn't gonna
Steam
say
guys
anything,
still
but yeah,
very
that's
good.
kind of what I was thinking. Like the PC players may have advanced, but there's still plenty. There's still plenty who have not.
Bro, on unofficial, we had the freest kits, but everyone was dog shit. It was so funny.
Yeah, it made me look good, bro. It's crazy.
Bro was hitting every bowler. The 30-second
magnet.
bowlers.
I'm
Bro
guessing
carried
they
with the
did now,
bowlers,
just
actually.
wipe, no?
Yeah, they're 15 seconds now.
Yeah, I thought so. 15's good time.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I have the names of the right people, right? I mean, obviously, I got Xvivo's name correct because he was nice. He was nice enough.
It's in his logo.
He was nice enough. He was like, "Hey, listen, I want to make sure that the topic stays on Aquatica and the things that are going on, and not on how good looking I am. So I'm just not going to run the camera today."
100%.
I
100%.
appreciate that.
Bro,
That's-
you need to help us bully him into stuff turning his cam on.
I appreciate you doing that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna make somebody turn their camera on. Who would have guessed
bullying
Raz
is-
Clark would be the one we're waiting on?
I know, dude.
He did upload a video 30 minutes ago. It's probably active.
It ain't fucking out.
Yeah, he never
So that guy
sleeps,
does
man.
Daily uploads. Yeah, I don't doubt it, man.
I wonder if he has loads of people helping him or he does it on his own.
I think
know
he's
there's
got
one
an
really
editor who
good
helps him
guy.
with some stuff. So I'm assuming he has a little bit of help. And if he does
I'm
it all on
pretty
his own
sure-
and streams,
Yeah. I think Ole like exclusively makes Ross Clark's thumbnails, bro.
Oh
Basically.
god, don't get me
Fucking
started.
Ole,
No
bro.
way, bro.
Fucking
Oh.
Ole. I was
God.
15 minutes barely past it, we're already talking about Ole.
he keeps messaging me about how to like make my current thumbnails better, and he like even edits them and makes them better according to him. I mean,
Interesting.
he had a good period. I don't know what really happened. He seems to have learned his lesson though.
He definitely hasn't. He still owes me my
Not
banner.
a
I paid
chance,
for,
bro.
like, I paid for my banner like 2-3 years ago.
Oh, what? Yeah, I
Yeah.
know Zavi. Zavi tried doing some merch for him and never
okay.
ended up
Well,
going through. Yeah.
Xvivo, you have a sort of a time limit, right?
Basically, yeah. 40
Okay,
minutes.
so we'll go ahead and start, and then Raz can jump in whenever he wants. He'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm assuming he'll be here any minute. But yeah, let's just go ahead and start. So real quick how many of you are streaming or putting this like streaming
No,
right
I
now?
just keep filming.
So nobody is streaming?
I am not
I
now.
didn't plan to.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sorry, chat. You're stuck with me for today. You can watch their videos whenever they get them out. But I am very excited to have these gentlemen with me. Obviously, a lot of you probably know all three of them. If you don't, then you obviously don't watch much PvP Ark YouTube. I mean, it's just how it is. Otherwise, you would know. But you can see their names there. It's Zavi, Blur, and my friend Xvibo, and they are all very long time fans and content creators from Ark. Some of them go back even further than me. Actually, you all three might go back further than me. I'm not sure.
I definitely.
Xvivo definitely the longest by far.
Yeah, I think
Probably,
I think I was watching him while I played the game before I ever made content. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that was the
anyway,
same for me.
Means a lot.
oh, he messaged. Hold on, let me just check real quick before we get too far gone. He said, "Is this still on?" Yeah.
Hurry up.
He can be included in the intro.
Anyway, everybody here probably knows who Raz Clark is, but he'll be along shortly, I'd imagine. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's been long and 9 years now, basically.
God, 9 years. That's crazy,
Yeah.
bro. I remember yours and Kishko's like build battles you used to do back in the the very first videos
Oh.
that would come out.
That was Kushko and Yotzi though. I
Was it
think I did
Kishko and
one.
Yossi? Oh, it wasn't even
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bad.
No worries, no worries.
Yossi's even more of an OG then.
Now we all started together, all three of us. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, we thought that like one of us blows up, everyone blows up, but yeah, it didn't really
well,
work out that way.
I think it did. When PvP was first like starting, you three were the people that everyone watched.
Oh yeah.
Yo,
Hello, hello.
Good.
how's it
Hello.
going?
Not too bad.
Nice
not
to
too
meet
bad.
you, Raz.
Yeah, cool, man. Sorry, I thought I was waiting for like a group DM. And, yeah, sitting there like a plum.
Okay, are you gonna turn your camera on? If not, that's
Yeah,
fine.
1 sec.
Now he messed up all my names. God, it's so
No,
annoying
don't
being the
turn it on,
host, bro.
bro.
Holy crap, I quit.
It's fine, it's fine. Stay without cam. Join me.
No, don't listen to him. Do
Very
not
next
listen
to
to
you,
him.
but-
Oh my
Hey,
god,
that's
and now
cold,
moved it over
bro.
there. I
That's
had just
gold,
fixed the
bro.
names. Okay, hold on. Names. Fixed. Okay, so
Raz doesn't even have bags under his eyes, and he uploads every day. Ark
he's got a
content,
good
yeah.
makeup
Bro, I don't know
person.
how
Don't
he
let
does
him
it.
lie to you.
Bro, my eyes are bad. Don't even.
Oh no, hang on. What the hell?
Hey, your face
Bro, go
cam looks like Ark does currently when you
Yeah.
in ASC or ASM.
And deactivate
Because-
that. That fix it? No. I'm crying out loud. Sorry.
Bro, I told you, don't turn it on. You didn't listen to me, man.
1 sec. If I
No
turn
problem.
off the cam, turn it back on. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
How we doing?
we're
You all
good.
good?
Let me go over.
Yeah,
Let me go over a
alright.
couple of things that I want to say too. You're not streaming this, Raz? I'm guessing since you just
no,
got here.
I was going to record it, but it's messing up my cam. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So then to my chat only apparently, behave yourselves. We may get a little bit. All of us have already agreed that we're going to try to keep it as nice as possible. Obviously, we're not going to be mad at each other, but we're going to try to keep it as fair, but not crazy. So I need you guys to be chill. If you start arguing in my chat with each other, I swear I will ban you. I will ban you hard. Don't do it. Don't do it. You've been warned. You can talk about it. You can have strong opinions. We're not going to fight each other. This is not about us fighting each other. Okay. So anyway, once again, let me go back. You guys know the three I've already introduced, but if you don't know Raz Clark, he's been making content in Ark for a long time now as well. He's secretly a wild card dev, we all believe. And
Fuck it. Yeah.
and
100%.
he's currently the one who ruins all of the good things that are happening in ASA. If there's a bug you enjoy, he's probably
Hey,
getting
screw
it
you, man.
fixed. He's probably going to get it fixed. So unfortunately,
I
that's
just
how
might
that
as
goes.
well not make any content ever.
Yeah, no
That-
content,
That's
please.
it. That's the answer.
Yeah, let's cut it down to like one video a week now. That way we don't have to have everything ruined. Okay. Anyway, today we're here specifically to talk about Aquatica. If you guys do not know,
Yeah.
again, Blur, Zavi, and Xfibo all spend quite a lot of time on ASC still. And we'll get into a little bit of that. Myself and Raz basically pretend like it doesn't exist anymore. But we're going to talk about those two things with Aquatica and then with what we sort of feel like that means for Ark in the future, like moving forward as a franchise. But I would love to start with Blur. We can start with you because you're on my screen, your top left. Like, what is the reason that you guys, and I would like to go through the three of you, what is the reason you guys are sort of sticking with ASC? And you can be specific or broad or whatever, but what's the reason you sort of stuck with ASC as opposed to transitioning?
Well, first off, it's mostly just like the duration. Like when you've played a game for nearly 10 years now, it kind of sticks with you. You know everything about it, like the ins and outs, like the content flow and stuff like that is a lot more straightforward. Not only that, but still to me, like the ASA camera movements still don't feel the same as ASE. Like it still feels like there's a bit of input delay. I don't know if that's because DLSS or whatever it's called and all the AI like frame generations, but in short, like camera movement, the PvP is still smoother. The maps, obviously, like even with the remasters, arguably Ragnarok being better, I still prefer the old ones as it's just more simple at core. And the art style for me of the old Ark, just it hits. It's better.
100%. 100%.
It's more of a unique look. Like most Unreal Engine 5 games have like this realistic look to them, where they're trying to give you all the bright rocks, like the lights, the reflections. Whereas ASE has that cartoony-ish look to it.
It's also just frankly easier to run for everyone, and especially
100%.
when I want to play on like really beautiful settings. Like, I don't use INI, but most of the people on ASA play on like PS2 bloody graphics, and it's horrendous. But so it doesn't matter to them. But for me, who quite really wants to run ASA on really beautiful graphics, and I can't do that while getting above constant 60 frames, which is the bare minimum that you need to like PvP. And also recording and streaming at the same time. But you pretty much hit it exactly on the head, Jack. Like, I would say going back to when we first started making ASE content, like, we've been in the game for so long, we know how it works and know exactly what we need to do. And there's also, to be honest, ASE has more PvP focused new content through servers. Like with the dev kit that the servers are using now. The amount of like new caves and new PvP locations that are being constantly added with mods and stuff, it is more PvP focused, and it's just better for PvP in general, in my opinion.
Do you think that just a quick question before Xebo goes ahead? Do you think that so I saw that you guys you just put out the video for ASA Ragnarok on your own server.
Yeah, great timing.
Yeah.
Great timing.
Does it run better than you remembered? Like, do you feel like it's gotten better from the beginning to now? Maybe even especially with 5.5. Do you notice it?
Yes, but I think they're overcompensating with all like the new AI stuff. I feel like it's not so much like actual like proper FPS. It still feels like there's delay and lag to it, in my opinion.
Okay. All right, Xebo, do you have anything you want to add to like what keeps you on ASA or ASE? Sorry.
Since that wipe we played, me, Blur, and Xavi on his servers, I've honestly been jumping ship at it all. I'm not even gonna lie. When ASA first came out, it was just a huge mess. I was really disappointed with the camera smoothing, and it really ruined PvP for me. So now that that's fixed and there's unofficial servers, I really see a bright future for this game, since we can once again have the unofficial server owners do mods, do caves, do loads of different things that like they can bring back what is keeping us. They can bring what's keeping us on ASE on ASA. So I feel like there's a bright future for the game. But currently for me, it's just that difference between unofficial servers that is keeping me on ASE. Because like ASE official servers are still way ahead of the ASA ones.
Is that a Nitrado thing? Like they the difficulty with that? We don't need to get into this too far, but is that actually what it is?
Not necessarily. No, I didn't really feel any server performance issues when I was on ASA, so I was pretty happy with that.
Is it still easy to get your servers taken care of? Like I just, there were more options in ASA, obviously, with more options for people to use, you know, for your hosting or whatever. I didn't know if it had gotten a little better. I don't really keep up with that side.
I think Xavi has probably the most knowledge out of all of us. I think he has servers.
Yeah. So I've done servers on ASE and ASA for a long time now. And the problem that ASA provides is you have two types of servers. You have Nitrado servers, and then you have the machine servers where you have to click this show player servers button. And there's a real big divide between the two. Mostly we use the Nitrado ones because they come up on the server list. To get the actual machine ones, you have to do a bunch of stuff like clicking that button, and sometimes the button doesn't even work. So it's a big division between using machines, which can do a lot more with plugins and stuff, and then there's also the Nitrado ones, like I said. It's a big difference, and the Nitrado ones generally have pretty bad ping, but from what I've noticed, I played when Center just came out, and the ping was horrible. I hated it on Nitrado because like they just weren't giving enough power to the servers, it seemed like. And then there was also DDoS issues, which have thankfully been fixed now, hopefully. It was fine on RAG, so yeah. But the difference between then and now is big, but it's still just nowhere near as good as running on your own machines like you do on ASE.
Yeah. Okay. And so let me then switch it to Raz. What makes you not want to go back at all? Like what sent you to ASA and kept you there?
I'd like to flip it into a different question.
Go for it.
I'd love to hear your guys' answer, really. Like, Why do you think ASA exists or has to exist?
Money.
Yeah, well, that is the only real reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think. I will be completely honest. I think ASA was the wrong move. To be really honest.
I think ASA is there to not only financially support Ark 2, but also like bridge the gap between the two of them. Like as you've seen with the new Lost Colony stuff they've added, they've started adding more like, call it, I wouldn't say Souls-like, but they're trying to integrate the more RPG elements to Ark now.
Yeah, absolutely.
By giving us skills, abilities, and different sorts of like quests to do. And I think this is their way of like slowly changing the Ark meta to what it's going to be later on.
Do you think Ark Ascended would have been? So let's say ASA didn't exist, and let's say that they needed money anyway, right? Like, so let's say they decided to do it through more DLC or, God forbid, the pay-to-win dinos and stuff that they do on ASA. But like, what's the reality that ASE holds up long enough for them to get out Ark 2 with new content? It's super old. It's built on a demo version of Unreal, and it's got all its other problems, obviously.
I would just say old but gold, to be honest with you. I don't think it really matters, the graphical stuff. Like, I think we were fine on ASE. The raw concept of Ark is just so strong. I think if we kept getting more maps like Fjorda was the last one that was added, and Fjorda is an absolute masterpiece. It's by far the best map on ASE. In terms of content, but I think if we just kept getting more expansions, I don't think that there would have been issues, to be honest with you. And I think that no, go ahead.
Sorry. So there was an issue, from what I understand, and this is my argument. It's hardware. It's old gen consoles. It's PlayStation 4. Like, play Gen 2 on PlayStation 4 and look how abysmal it runs. It's awful. Like, and they hit the limit. They couldn't do any more. So obviously, money's obviously an argument here, without doubt, don't question that. But there's definitely a hardware limitation there. And what could they do to bring more to Ark without isolating PlayStation 4 players and old gen Xbox players? And so there was an argument there to obviously bring out something that had to be different to what ASE was. To, whenever new maps came out, you wouldn't get PlayStation 4 users, getting unhappy that they weren't getting content for it, right? And that's why I feel that a shift was needed to some degree, because of that alone. Those old gen consoles, that was halting everything.
That makes a lot of sense.
I don't know how much you guys are excited for Ark 2. I don't want to get into Ark 2 too much, but I will say that judging by how ASA has gone, I would hate to think of what Ark 2 releasing without them experimenting, let's call it, with ASA would have been. I think that would have been the end of Ark as a franchise, actually. I think we would have all been stuck playing the game that we've always played, and only that game.
That's also fair, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to really know, obviously. Like, I think Raz brings up a great point. I've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that this is, even they brought this up a little bit, this is their way of sort of testing the waters with what UE5 could do without, but with a live game, so that they could get the feedback way more instantaneously.
What's funny is, though, it's history repeating itself all over again, right? ASE was the same when it started. It was that was allowing the engine to dictate the game and then figure it out, and then improve on Ark afterwards. And we're seeing the same deal again with ASA, exactly the same scenario. Let's let the engine run it, and then we'll figure out
the rest,
how it works afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, well let's pivot from there into the thing we're here for. Again, I'm pushing this a little bit because I want XVBO to have as much time as he would like to talk, and he's got to jump out of here first. But so we all know about Aquatica. I think most of the chat probably knows about Aquatica. Anybody who's watching probably knows about it. I just want to we can start with Raz and go the other way this time. What do you guys think? Like, what's your just opinion, your first thought? This doesn't have to be like super in depth, but just like, what was your first thought when you saw it? Any excitement, lots of excitement, etc. What do you think?
See, it's funny because the whole opinion of Snell Games, I've been quite neutral about all the drama throughout the years, and and there's been plenty of those. And then it came to this point, and I just felt so dead against this decision because of what it represented, because it was bigger than just it was just Snail Games making it. It was backstabbing like 10 years of somebody else's work and taking credit for it in an obvious ploy to just generate revenue from existing players. Like they it's obvious, isn't it? Like like so many years on, we've got all these ASE players. Well, let's make some money out of it, and we'll call it a 10-year celebration. It's so obvious. I don't need to say it.
I do
Yeah,
agree.
you're bang on. You're bang on there. Very clearly, just for money to milk what is left.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that the studio working on it have any part on that. I feel like people are kind of
Absolutely, and
hating on them a lot
Yeah.
for no reason.
No, this
absolutely.
isn't about the studio who was hired to make.
Nah,
make the
no ill
thing.
wishes to them,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, Exebo,
Yeah.
did you have more to add to that, or Zavi?
Yeah.
Or
I mean,
Blur?
the whole thing is just, it feels way off, because like when we start with the AI trailer, that was horrendous. That was absolutely
That's like the worst
Like-
way you could have possibly been like, hey, we had this idea.
It had to start like that.
Yeah.
I raise you.
Yeah.
Is that the worst piece of media to ever come out of the games industry?
Phenomenal.
It's pretty.
Probably.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's up there, right?
it's got, from a
Gotta be up there,
serious
yeah.
game, like not excluding like money grabs on Steam or whatever, like little tiny games. That's got to be like from a well respected. I say that with this,
Somebody got paid for that. Somebody got paid for that. That's the thing.
90 grand, by the way. 90 grand.
Well,
They
well,
paid him
well,
$90,000.
yeah, well,
Apparently,
No
there
way.
was a salary. There was a job title. Yeah.
ain't no way.
yeah,
Go figure.
Oh my
Oh
god.
yeah, it feels rushed. It feels I don't know, like at least from what I've seen so far, I feel like it's gonna be incomplete. I feel like they're obviously, like you guys said, just trying to sell something to the, I'm sorry, but the bigger audience of the game, because like ASE for the longest time has had more players than ASA. And yeah, I kind of fear. I shared this with Blur and Zavi. I kind of fear them introducing something game breaking with this update.
Oh,
So
dude.
Yeah.
so they like make more people transition to ASA, essentially kill ASE. I hope I'm not right, but
Well-
I've seen some stuff in the past, like just before ASA released, they broke whitelist on ASE, so
Forgot
you
about
like
that.
server owners couldn't like sell whitelist anymore, stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I'm hoping for. I hope they don't release any more DLCs for AC. I hope they keep it as it is. Keep it like ran by the community, because that's what basically is happening right now.
it's the best
And,
way for it.
So tinfoil
Yeah.
hat moment, right? In launching this, there's going to be a dev kit revisement. There's going to be a dev kit update as a result of this, right? And
Okay.
I don't know too much about it, but like in this dev kit update, I would assume all mods would have to update to this dev kit to be compatible, to be working with it.
They would.
And so therefore, considering most modders have moved on to ASA, there's not many left on ASE now. All of those mods, if they don't return back to it, considering the size of the dev kit installing the thing, it's bloody giant. And
Yeah.
the ASA dev kit alone already takes up so much space, they're probably not going to be wanting to go back and downloading the dev kit to update their mods. There's a good potential this is going to break so many mods as a result. And
Oh,
yeah,
easily.
tinfoil hat, was this the plan to break all the mods so you get more players just wanting to move on as a result?
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I think the modders that like help the PvP servers are still around, and
Oh, there's still
yeah.
some, yeah.
They are.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
support.
People I've spoke to in at least the main servers that I play on ASC have said we can probably get things to how they were within 48 hours ish, which is
okay.
great for me. But the people that use great for me. But the people that use the single player players on ASC that just want to play PV and play like what's the mods that they play, like Docs, Primal Fear, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
all the major overhauls are probably done unless they
They're,
volunteer to
they are
finish.
they are gone.
Yeah.
It's not going to be good at all. So
Okay,
it's,
okay.
it's a double-edged sword. That Snail are trying to make money off ASE, and in the process, I would assume that they'll get players going to ASA because they'll break all the mods.
Well,
Yeah,
I
essentially.
assume that there's a whole bunch of other mods that like probably are not PvP like affiliated really that are also gonna break. Just random one-off mods that people love that have been working forever, and now all of a sudden, if it does break them, then you're just, what do you even do? Your world is ruined. Like, you can't keep playing. Like, that's so scary. Because my big thing personally with this is I don't really care about what people do. If you want to play it and you're still in ASC, I think that's fine. You know, you don't have to make a moral decision for every decision in life. Sometimes you just want to play a game that you love. I get it. I'm not going to be mad about that. But I do worry that these poor choices in a line lead us to a worse Ark franchise overall. That's the thing I care about. I don't really care about like how many people play ASC or ASA. To be honest, the money goes to the same place no matter which game we play. If we're buying new stuff, it's going to the, whether we like where it goes or not, irrelevant. I just don't want this to be something where it's everybody's last straw. Like, dude, I'm out. Like, screw it. Like, this is, and I think that's a real legitimate thing. Especially, I know a lot of you probably saw that post from the dev yesterday, and we can go through that here in a little bit.
Yeah.
But the confidence level was, for me, was already low about how this was going to turn out. You know,
concerning.
And now after reading what he said, even though again, this isn't about the dev team who made it, how can you take a bunch of assets that were wild cards and none of you had any contact with anyone at wildcard except for your lead, and they were talking to one person at wildcard, which was probably Jet, I'm just guessing, but like
I love Jet.
How could you be expected to, like, even if you're great at your job, how could you be expected to make that amazing? And who knows what the timeline was?
I mean, maybe Wildcard left good documentation behind it. I don't know.
Yeah,
that might be.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
I really doubt it.
I was laughing at something totally different. My apologies. Yeah, so
Damn, bro, might leave early. Sorry.
Okay, so what's good about it? What can we look at this and say, okay, this isn't until it all breaks and goes to hell, what's good about it? Like, what can we at least be a little happy about?
The weird like underwater stuff they're advertising, where it seems to be like seamless and everything functions in that environment, seems pretty cool. Like, it's not like Genesis, is it? Like, you can actually walk around and do stuff underwater. I don't know how. Giving like an Atlantis vibes sort of thing. I don't really know how to explain it in a way.
One thing that I'm thinking is actually going to be really good is underwater raiding. For the longest time has been the biggest snooze fest in the entire game. And so, but with all these new dinos and stuff, I'm assuming a lot of them are going to be pretty broken. But we can, with the power of unofficial servers, we can, modify that and get them, up to standard, I suppose, because we have to do the QA testing that Snail is not going to do. I already know it. But I'm excited to see how those dinos will change underwater raiding, because the biggest way to survive on ASC is just go an underwater spot and no one else can be bothered to get the underwater lines or anything, or the underwater skier to raid you, So I'm excited to see how it changes the PvP meta on that part. I'm going to assume a lot of the dinos are going to need to be banned and severely nerfed, but that's one thing I am excited for with Aquatica, because I'm not sure if we'll have the map on PvP servers, because it is vastly different to anything else that you can't really compare anything to it. But I guess we'll have to see on that. I'm not too sure.
But at the end of the day, content is content, right? Like, $8.99 for a bunch of stuff to check out, which might offer some new metas. Why not? Like, I guess, definitely could be something there, right?
To be fair, 2 Pyromains or Aquatica, which one are you going to buy?
Yeah.
Probably Aquatica.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's such
man, you threw that argument in the air. Oh my god.
It's only going to be a matter of time before I brought up Pyromains.
Do you know how much he hates Pyromains?
Bro.
He hates them more than the average person.
I
hates
actually
them.
might play Aquatica before I play with a Pyromain, yeah. You got me. Nice.
Another good thing is that it might
go ahead.
like bring back some people to Ark, to the original Ark, and like they might fall in love with the game again. They might try out like the other maps as well. They might try out other PvP servers, and they might just bring people back to the game, which is good as well.
Yeah, true. What's the cost? $8? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
that's the starting price. Yeah,
that's what I said.
It's less than I thought it would be. To be fair,
same.
15, and then it's on sale for like a week or two for like $8.99.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is you make a good point, because the reality is, for anybody who didn't want to buy the same game over again with slightly better graphics, which is the argument everybody always gives. If you didn't want to buy ASA, but you miss Ark, then you pay $8 if you get it early, and you're right back to Ark, and maybe you're having fun again. You know, so I think that might be actually the best reasoning I've heard from anyone, to be honest.
I mean, there's also the reason why this thing exists is because ASA isn't pulling the cash flow that Snail need to survive, really, I would imagine. And that can be down to multiple things. I mean, they've tried to do premium mods. I'm pretty sure the consensus of premium mods is that they've generally failed to bring in the amount of revenue. I don't really know. I would assume they haven't done too well. I saw the figures for the Power Ranger stuff, and it wasn't looking too great. But then you have to ask yourself why ASA isn't bringing in the revenue. And I think it's just because it's ASE again. It's like Raz said, it's the engine, and we're gonna have to figure out how to fix it because it's broken, or it was at least very broken, but now it's less broken. But yeah, it's not bringing in the cash flow.
It is ASE again, but it's also all the maps are free this time. So you paid the one price, and so the idea I think was to sort of cover those costs with things like Fantastical Tames or whatever, or Bob's Tall Tales. Which, by the way, personally, I think Bob's Tall Tales is one of the best things they've added to Ark, period, since the game came out. It was unique. It was interesting. There was lots of cool stuff in it. But I think that's part of it. I think you look at it as like from monthly numbers. Yeah, they're probably not making that much money on ASA that way. But I think if it was me, if I'm just looking at this, they just looked at that Steam chart 3 months in a row and went, dude, screw this. This is easy money. Like, let's just slap some crap together for the community who doesn't want to move on, and you know, we'll get their money too. Like, it's crappy if that's what it is, but that's exactly how it looks. You just look at Steam charts and you're like, ASE is greater in every month, so let's just put something out on ASE.
You can't fault the logic.
No, that's the thing I keep arguing with people is like, Snail is doing what Snail has done from the beginning, self-interest only, and that's who they've been. So I can dislike it, but it's not going to be the thing that makes me like surprised about it or whatever. But yeah, I think I don't think it's terrible. What do you guys think about them turning official servers back on for, you know, limited time, or however they phrase that?
I find it
it's
weird.
a good thing. I think it's good. Official would be the best way to play the DLC, but if they turn them off, that's where the issue comes in, because people are going to sink like months of their time into it for it to all be taken again.
That's what they've said. It's limited.
Oh, it's limited.
Yeah, like with maybe they'll extend them. Like,
yeah.
Also, is it just Aquatica?
Yeah. Well, no, they haven't actually said that, but it's probably likely going to be.
I think they posted. Somebody posted a list of servers that have been turned back on. I think. Didn't I see that? I think I saw that.
The server's up already?
Yeah,
no,
they've already put some up to test.
Oh yeah. I don't think they're live for just general public, but I think they've spooled them back up again, which is what people checked. Let me see if I can find that.
How is Snail more on it than Wildcard with servers? Like, Wildcard bring up the servers like a few hours before the map drops. How is Snail more together than Wildcard with this stuff? That's crazy.
Nah.
There is definitely, you know, some light to look at the unique position of a third party looking at the Ark IP and seeing what they can do with it. You know, that nobody else outside of Wildcard has ever had that opportunity before. You never know. There could be actually some good things come of it as a result. You know, because you can get kind of boxed in your certain goals, and Wildcard have worked the way they have it for so many years. Having some fresh eyes on the scene could be a good thing. You never know. So I'm looking forward to it. But that announcement, what the dev wrote, definitely rings alarm bells. Going from a team of 10 to a team of 5.
We have 10 laid off, by the way. Yeah.
That's not good.
50% of the team.
Well, that's so for me, the whole thing is just like, this is what, if I'm gonna get into the part that makes me really mad, and this is the part I think that me and Raz agree on, it's not just the like stabbing Wildcard in the back part that feels awful about it, about the way it appears. Now, there's always the chance that we don't know the whole story and they've communicated and it's not how it seems, but the way it seems is really crap. And the thing that I dislike the most, there's 3 things. Number 1 is it feels like they're trying to appeal to an audience who isn't Ark already, which in theory could be fine. That could be good. But since I give them almost no credit for doing things without some kind of reasoning. It feels like they're sort of going after people who are younger. I don't know if you guys
Oh yeah.
heard the Aquatica song. Did any of you hear that?
No.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna play it, but I will link it to you later. It's
Yeah. You
I'm
should
not
really-
playing.
it's
No,
a
I'm
wonderful
not
tune.
playing it. It's but
Um,
it's like three children, actual children, singing a song. Now their parents are in a band. They are actually serious musicians. They do the whole thing, and I mean, like musically, it may not be your style, but they did a good job. It's not like terrible, and it's not AI. I mean, we can all clap for that.
Okay.
But it does feel like they're sort of targeting a bunch of people with if we give them the best intentions is for a new audience. If we give them the worst intentions, it's because they're hoping these people don't know how crappy Snail has been in the past, and we're trying to
They've literally
avoid
got-
that.
They've literally got the words "family friendly" on the Steam page. Like, it's
a 16, no?
rated game.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, and they turned the official servers back on, which are not family friendly at all for anyone of any age.
100%.
Yeah.
But
But it does feel that way, that they're targeting a younger audience, without a doubt. Definitely that combined with the Luminal Suns thing, yeah, and yeah.
Which
It
I
has
would
to
be
be.
fine with personally, if if I didn't know Snail's history of like feeling scummy with every decision, right? Like I think I'm definitely looking at it through a biased vision, obviously. Like I want to believe it's good. And then I think the second thing for me, and I'd love to get your opinion on this, is that they spent all this money promoting it. They had it in movie theaters before Jurassic, the new
They spent
Jurassic
all the
World or
money,
whatever.
dude.
It's like, again, I'm not saying that necessarily ASA is the thing they should put all their money behind, but they did say at one point we're moving on from ASE. And now it feels like that's what makes this feel like such a sucker punch to everything
Yeah,
about
that's what
it.
gets me so angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just throws them under the bus. It makes Wildcard look like absolute idiots. Like all those decisions now, just like for what anybody outside of these circles that doesn't understand and know Snail and Wildcard and and just haven't got that insight, are just going to point all the blame on Wildcard and Ark or whoever, right? And think everyone's to blame for it. And it's a terrible decision to just go back on them. It has to be a backstabbing move. Like it has to be, and I think it's awful. And there's no communication there.
Well,
There's obviously
they've never
a divide
communicated
between the
about
two.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They probably
Yeah.
can't. That would probably, assuming it's a tenuous relationship, that probably wouldn't be good for them to communicate. Did all of you see the tweet thread that the guy made?
Yes.
Blur,
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay. What stood out to you in that? And we're just going to take him at his word. And again, for everybody listening, this is not us going after the devs who made the game. They have nothing to do with our opinions either
that's
way,
it,
to be honest.
absolutely. And I wanted to make a point of that. That like no discredit to the guys and on the ground level. That it's what an achievement to be able to bring something like this to life and look forward to seeing it what they've done.
Yeah, aside from
Yeah, I mean, the team of 10
half the team
got
getting
reduced to-
fired.
Well, this is it. A team of 10 reduced to a team of 5 when you're spending an alarming amount of money on marketing at theaters for Jurassic World and AI trailers, and you've got to fire staff. I mean, there could be other reasons. Maybe they left. But yeah, not
I mean,
great.
realistically, I feel like all of them will be gone eventually because, I mean, the official servers are limited. So, I mean, they don't plan on, unless they plan on releasing even more content for ASE,
Well,
I don't
this
see
is
how
it,
these
right?
guys stay employed.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think he's allowed to say what he already said if he's still employed, if I'm being honest, unless he just.
Do you think?
I mean,
Have
I,
you actually looked at the website, like Siren Studios' website?
no, I was afraid.
Yeah, they are. They seem to be just like a freelance company that take
Oh.
on projects. So it seems like
Okay.
Snail has looked for someone to build Aquatica. I'll send it into chat. I think this is it. It
Oh,
looks like
so-
Snail has like looked for someone to build Aquatica, and obviously these guys have advertised they can work in Unreal Engine, and they've kind of just sent them into the deep end. Now, the big thing about the Twitter post for me was mainly the fact they had no documentation and no contacts. They've literally dived in headfirst into the Ark dev kit and tried to make this work, which is just I don't know. Without experience with Ark and all the game, it's a bit scary for me.
I feel
It
like
did feel
okay,
like.
wait,
I go to.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
It did feel like to me they were trying to apologize for how bad it's going to be. I mean, saying that didn't have time to make any new assets themselves, I don't know how to feel about that one. Yeah, go ahead. I didn't
Wait,
want
who made the dinos then? The new
They're
dinos.
taken from Ark. They're just taken, and I'm assuming
Atlas.
reskinned or like made. Yeah, Atlas as well, I believe.
Well,
There are
yeah.
new assets, right?
I would hope so. I mean,
Okay, so I feel like this tweet might have made things seem worse than they actually might be with the firing stuff. Because if you're Snail Games and you're hiring a third party, you hired 10 people from a company to work on your thing, and you realize you don't need like 5 of them. They don't lose their job; they just lose this project. I feel like because they're hired by Siren. No, I don't think that Siren fired them. I think
Well,
just
I
Games
I
didn't
guess
need
none of
them,
us
or-
will know the terms. We can just
Yeah,
assume.
Yeah,
but-
we can
yeah.
just guess.
But
Yeah.
yeah, based on their website, they seem to like you look at them like their services, project management, game development, like code development and support, and consulting and optimization.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it
they're
seems like they have been hired for it.
if you go to their project, it's literally 2
Yeah, that's the
projects.
scary
One's
part.
a phone thing, and one is
That's coming soon.
coming soon. So it's not even out. So literally, they have seemingly, aside from the iOS Android thing, they have put out nothing like at all. And the other thing that I found weird is that their website, now they could have been called something else, is from 2024. Meaning, like, it's not like they're years, you know. I mean, maybe that's just the updated website if we're lucky, but I don't know. I feel like there's a little more to this than the guy's comments that are scary.
Okay, yeah, now it makes sense. Okay.
Yeah,
another
so-
thing that I thought.
So I just clicked their X. Sorry to cut you off. Join
Fine.
September 2024. So I mean, again, they could have been around and just not had an X. I mean, that's not that crazy, but you know, and there's nothing there, like no picture, nothing, no following, no
Okay.
following. Who knows?
Might be
Diving
a whole
back to them-
company made by yeah. made by that.
If they were fired,
Right,
if they're gone or not, or what, you know, if this does sell well, like, despite saying it's their last and final DLC, they will bring out another one, 100%.
100%.
Like, if it sells well enough, they will. Of course, they will. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's the scary
Also-
part, I think.
I feel like what they're trying to do, and I have 2 arguments supporting this, is they might be trying to get new ASA players to buy ASE. Because like in order to play Aquatica, you gotta buy ASE, you gotta have that game. And
Yeah.
also another thing that supports that point is having the DLC being like in movie theaters and stuff, like targeting a new audience. So like if you're targeting a new audience for a DLC for your game, people gotta buy the game as well. Most likely these new people won't have the game. So I feel like they're trying to sell ESE as well. ASE, my bad.
I feel like you just in 30 seconds gave it more thought than they might have. That's my fear. My fear
Okay,
is that.
maybe you might be right.
No, I hope I'm wrong. Like I certainly, your way sounds way better. Like that's how I'm actually like, okay, I can see that. But in my mind, it's just like see people. A 10-year anniversary coming up gives us a perfect excuse to go back on all the things that we said and Wildcard said, and hopefully nobody gets mad. We have the little, you know, the kids make a song about it because nobody's going to be mean to a bunch of to the kids. Like we just we do all these things to sort of skirt our reputation so that we can sell people a DLC who aren't playing ASA and aren't giving us their money to help us fund the R2. That's my worst case interpretation, but I would much rather it be what you just said.
Back on topic with the guy's Twitter
Yeah,
post.
yeah.
His exact wording from Swell was, "We used the original ASE files and assets from older expansions. Time and resources were tight, so creating a bunch of new assets wasn't realistic. We got creative and made the most of what we had access to." That is the scariest part in the whole thing for me,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
And if you saw the
Swamp
screenshots,
stuff.
the original ones, wasn't it just like a whole bunch of assets from extinction underwater?
And Atlas ones, it looked like too.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the aberration glider suit underwater. There's no difference there. It's still the same glider suit, just they ticked LA underwater box. I think. yeah, there's some concerns with what they've actually been able to deliver with this.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and like you said, with the not having contact with wildcard, that is, in my opinion, that is also just real high up there on the oh crap meter, because it's like,
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
oh, it once again spells the disparity, the division between the two parties, right? That wildcard don't want to know. They're like, they had that one link because I guess they have to. They've got to allow some line of communication, but they want to be as least involved as possible. So that's probably why, right?
Or we're going with the ex-FIBO positivity look here. Maybe it was just because, I mean, they were kind of in the middle of 5.5. They were in the middle of Ragnarok production. Yeah. So maybe it was more of a like, hey, listen, we'll try to help you as much as we can, but like our team is also in the middle of it, and we've never hit a deadline in the history of our company. So like we really just can't afford to like be sucked back into what you guys are doing. But maybe that's it. Maybe that could be an alternative, not as scary reasoning. Convince me, please.
Dolly actually joined the. There's an Ark Aquatica Discord if you guys didn't know. Dolly joined it and then 15 minutes later left it. So I don't know what that.
Don't tell us that, man. Come on.
Hates me the harbinger of bad news, but yeah, I don't think that wildcard are any bit at all pleased with what's going on. At least that's what I read into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do have to wonder, though,
I mean,
how long
it doesn't feel that way.
There's no way. Like the crunch just went out last weekend. There was no mention of the Aquatica release date.
Yeah, exactly.
There was that one announcement that fortunately for them, they got out before anything public went out about Aquatica, and made sure they made it as clear as possible they have nothing to do with it before the official word got out about the DLC.
I don't know if they knew, if they had like seen or heard about that AI trailer, but whoever in that company said we need to put out a statement today is a hero, because if that AI trailer had come out and then they said it, that doesn't work. Yeah, right. None of us believe that for a second. Whoever that is should get a raise.
It was luck, because I reckon it got announced within closed doors at the conference, right? Because they was there, and then as soon as they said something within those confinements, that was it. Wildcard were like, go, let's get something out now, and luckily they beat them to it.
Okay.
Honestly, I don't think anyone in the community would have thought that trailer was made by Wildcard anyway.
No, but that was what would have made it extra weird. Like, nobody would have believed that. Of course not. Not on their worst day if their monitors were turned off. Yeah. Like, never.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you guys a flip question. Somebody just put in the chat. If it comes out and it's incredible, let's just hold the laughter. If it for some reason it came out and it was super incredible, and it did well and people loved it, and it wasn't broken and it doesn't break all the mods and all the other things that we're sort of fear-mongering a little bit about with our guesstimates, would that change your opinion of Snail at all?
I would.
Not the moral opinion, not the moral opinion of Snail. Now that won't change. We still feel how we feel, but would it change your opinion of their ability to like not screw something up?
I would have faith in them making another DLC if it was good. That's all I would give them. That's all.
Yeah.
It would also be Hallelujah. How the hell?
Wait, would I be banned on the official servers? Probably. Because of the Conquest stuff.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, because you got banned on Conquest. That carry over?
No, that doesn't carry over to random or regular official. No.
Yes, it doesn't, but yeah. Shall see.
We're going to have to whip out the alt account for this one. God
damn. So, what if so worst case scenario, what does that look like for Ark moving forward, do you guys think? It tanks, it was an obvious money grab, nothing works, all the mods are broken. How do we, because there's a lot of people, chat, none of you guys, okay, nobody listening to this later on, nobody watching any of the videos of any of the creators, you guys are all super smart, but there is a subset of people who play Ark whose brains are on slow-mo all the time, who will for some reason think this too is Wildcard's fault. How does Ark as a franchise move forward if this goes as bad as it is possible? What's the answer?
I think Ark will be fine, because with the amount of a shit show To be honest, that's the only way I'm going to say it. ASA was not only at launch, but on all of the DLCs launch. I mean, take Ab for example. Aberration was what, a day, probably even a day being constantly delayed. And on the launch, I remember it distinctly because I was playing with you, Exubo, and Kishka and all that. And Karkis didn't work. You couldn't tame Karkis with catapults. Rock Drakes didn't glide, and Reapers were bugged. The 3 main tames for Aberration were all bugged.
Yeah, you forget the good part.
Go ahead.
The Pyromans.
Yeah, that too.
They were there.
Yeah, that blossomed my hate for Pyromanes, man. That was the birth. But looking past that, people underestimate the amount of SHIT that we've had to gone through in the launches of ASA. And the only reason that Ark is still going, to be honest, is because the community is one of the most passionate communities in all of gaming, I think. I think that's the only reason that Ark is still doing relatively
on par
well
with Destiny, in my opinion.
100%.
Remind me, do you think ASA map launches have been worse or the same as ASE map launches?
Same.
Same-ish. Fjordur was fine, from what I remember.
No,
map...
Fjordur was not fine, G. I'm sorry, but like
Was it?
not being able to get Element was a huge deal with Fjordur. Remember, because like the only way you could get Element on Fjordur was in caves, and people just took caves, and you couldn't. Like,
they claimed it heavies. Yeah,
exactly.
That's
So
right, yeah.
Fjordur was also a bit of a, but that's not even related to Wildcard. That's just like a.
Most third-party maps on both arcs have been fine, but Wildcard have a running theme for every DLC they've released. It's always been a delay or something's broken. They've never actually hit like a quota or a schedule they've set.
Yeah, but we gotta remember these like third-party maps. They don't introduce like much new content, and there's like hardly anything to go wrong with them.
True, but I feel like that's probably down to Wildcard. No, like they don't want people like, well, from an ASE perspective, like you look at Valguero, it's just like one of the most plain maps, but in terms of balance, it's just flat one of the best because it's standard. It's just Ark. They didn't have to add anything to make that map good.
So, and keep in mind, there's one distinct difference in my mind here is that in all of the cases, which I agree 100% that almost every map from ASC now into ASA was launched with all kinds of problems of different varying degrees of terrible. Remember how many maps in a row you could be pregnant with a Reaper and hatch the Reaper the day you landed on the new map and go crazy like that? So, but my thing is there going to be a dev team to even fix the problems if Aquatica has them? That's what I would be concerned about. Like, obviously Wildcard does have problems every time. We're still seeing some of the problems with Ragnarok, but this isn't to wave away the problem, but you give them a couple of weeks, and most of the major things are usually taken care of. There's always going to be some persistent, but like, what happens if Aquatica has this problem and there's no dev team really to speak of, or there's now half of a dev team to fix it? Like, what does that look like?
We hope that the problems are isolated to the map, and then we can just get rid of it. I'm speaking of a PvP standpoint. We get rid of it, and we don't touch it on PvP servers. We pretend it never happened. That is.
It may not be the case though. Like the engrams and content may carry over to other maps, right? And I don't know if there's an updated dev kit as a result of this. I would imagine there's got to be some overall effect to the entire base game.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we've got to hope that it's isolated to the map. It probably won't be, but I don't really know I don't have an answer to that. If ASE does break and we can't really fix it, it's done. Really,
it's literally down to them to fix it. That's it.
But is it? I'm done. Back to ASA now. We would have to.
Yeah, we would have to. Yeah.
If the game's unplayable, there's nothing you can do.
So there you go. That was the plan. That's their plan.
I don't think that's their plan. I think again you're giving them too much credit for their sneaky ambition. I literally think it's just dollar signs. That's who Snell is. We all laugh about them investing in an EV car company, but that was obviously because they saw what Tesla was doing and they were like, ooh, easy money. Like, it is what it is. But yeah. So there's some people in my chat saying there was some early access somewhere. Do you guys know anybody that did that was part of that?
I think I heard from someone that Loaded Crisis got it, but I didn't even know they were handing out early access for this Aquatica map, to be honest with you. So yeah, when someone DM'd it to me, I was like, "Is this real or not?" I have no clue.
Have we seen? I mean, it comes out tomorrow. Have we seen the content for it? Did anybody post anything?
Beyond the
I-
trailers that
Wait,
they
if-
posted.
Wait.
Maybe it was under NDA
Absolutely.
until launch.
This is completely unrelated, but that level designer just followed me. I think he's watching this.
Same, yeah.
He's-
If you are, hi.
He's
Thanks
probably,
for following me.
I'll be completely transparent. I reached out to him as soon as I wrote him, and I asked if he wanted to
Oh,
jump
super. I
on,
mean-
and I told him, I said, hey, listen, we'll ask you nothing you don't want us to ask, and you don't have to say anything, and you can plead the fifth. And he said, let me ask my lead, and I went, all right, thanks for trying, but I appreciate that. I'm not going to see you tomorrow. But it was very kind. Like, he was, assuming he had been allowed, he was willing to come at least, tell us what he could, which again, it wasn't to, to put him on the spot or try to get him to admit to a bunch of crap that we all might believe. But I appreciate that he wrote it. I don't know if he gets in trouble for that or if that's fine and they don't care, or maybe that's like the sentiment of the team over there that was left or whatever who finished it up. But I appreciate him writing it, because there's one thing. The amazing thing was in that one thread that this guy writes, there's more info than we may have ever gotten from an active development perspective, which was, I mean, obviously we worry a little bit based on what he said, but like, I would rather know than just find out the day it comes out that
Absolutely.
we're all screwed.
Yeah, like I
It'd
saw
be nice
quite
to
a
have
few
Ark
quoted
do this.
retweets. People like just saying it's good to see some honesty
Yeah.
for a change. Yeah,
So
I just read there's 74 new engrams and 21 new creatures.
a lot.
74 new
That's
engrams.
outlandish numbers.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's like all of Atlas in Ark now.
I was gonna say, how many from Atlas?
They
Okay.
just check the box again. Just yes, back on. So now you could they can use that. We always joke about the fact that they had the screen, the loading screen. Remember the Ark screen at Atlas?
God,
Oh yeah, that was.
I wasn't
that
even
was a
around
good
when
one.
Atlas launched. I don't think.
You missed out.
was a good
You
one.
talk about dog crap launches. Boy, that was a doozy.
So
You
I'm
couldn't
curious
move.
now, though. I know, like you said, Ark will be fine, but I firmly believe there's obviously a division that's going to grow even more now with this DLC. And where do we kind of get back on track and get everyone a bit more synchronized in playing Ark together? There's a clear division now, and it could divide even more. That alone frustrates me. I want to see everyone playing the same blooming game.
Yeah.
What needs to happen to get us back to the same footing, the same platform?
Kill one of the games. Only way.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way, like, a lot of people are going from ASE to ASA is like to kill ASE. That's the only way.
I really
honestly, I
don't. The
don't
sad thing
see it.
is, if ASE dies, I don't think the players that are on ASE right now will go over. I think
No,
most of
not
the-
everyone, no.
most of the
Yeah,
people
100%.
they either can't run it, or the
Yeah.
people that are playing PvP. And I would wager there's at least a fair amount of the players that are on ASE and filling up those Steam charts are PvP players. At least like around 20%, I would wager. And I would, from personal experience, talking to so many people in the community, they really hate ASA. They can't play it. And I think
Yeah.
that's mainly because of what Blur said already: the character sizes, how it runs, the camera movement. It's just incomparable. Not to mention half the maps aren't on there yet. So,
Is it salvageable at this point? Like, do you think it'll get to a point where you're like, this is the better game now?
Oh yeah,
Over
yeah,
ASE?
100%, it definitely could.
It's definitely moving in the right direction. As I said,
Okay.
the wipe we played, the three of us, me, Blair, and Zavi, that was some of the most fun I've had on Ark in a while.
mainly because we removed all the stupid stuff from ASA on my servers.
That,
but
that's probably true.
That's part of
probably
it,
true. But
but-
it showed me
yeah.
a new version of ASA, which I liked.
I mean,
it was also just being able to experience all the PvE stuff with the skill tree and stuff, and the Drake
Yeah.
things and the
Yeah.
Bison and the new boss fight. It was actually really fun.
I think that's the thing that a lot of people are missing out on if they haven't tried it. At least is that, like I said, I think the Bob's Tall Tales is some of the best content they've put from quality of life stuff specifically is just insanely good. And then the Lost Colony stuff's interesting. It gives you something new to do at least, and that's not dependent on PvE versus PvP. Like everybody will do it for different reasons and have things that they can take advantage of in those things. But I think my question is, because Blur, when you first talked about it, one of your big points was like the movement and things that probably aren't going to change. And Xavier, you said maybe the player sizes, or one of you were talking about the player sizes. Those things probably don't change. Are those tiny? If the game just runs well, right? If we just get to the point where the game actually runs well, people can run it on most PCs that are, don't have to be top of the line. And I think also we're gonna have to deal with the pay to win stuff a little bit for a while longer. But like, is that enough to bring you to ASA? If the game, and maybe if Nitrado gets out of the way eventually, so that you have more options that way, is that enough to like say, okay, yes, I can live with the other nonsense, and this is where I'm gonna play?
I'd say yeah, probably.
Yes. For
Yeah.
the PvP community, I wouldn't imagine, because Ark community especially, stubborn as hell. They will. That's why they've stayed to ASC for all this time.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because we don't know what Wildcard's gonna do and how sensible they're gonna be with changing the stuff that needs to still be changed. I mean, it took 18 months to even remove the mouse smoothing after we were begging for it for ages. It's hard to answer that because we don't know what the future holds. I would wager that it's going in the right direction, like X-Super said, and Unofficial is getting a bit better in terms of how it runs because Nitrado have been making slight upgrades to their server hardware, which is good to see.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a hard question to answer though, and I wouldn't hedge a guess either way, to be honest with you.
I think my honest opinion is that the PvE community will eventually be almost exclusively ASA. From a PvE standpoint, because all this new content will, I hesitate to say never, because we know Snell might try this or could think to try this, but I don't think we'll ever see like Bob Saw Tales or any of the new, Lost Colony type of stuff. And, obviously as a PvP thing, I don't really love all of the fantastical tames, but like those things probably don't ever go back to ASC. So eventually you just want the new content, right? Like we get all the maps, that'll be a big point when we're caught. I would say hitting Gen 2 is like the best point of ASA will be. Like that's unless Lost Colony is super, super amazing, I think. The Gen 2 is what people are waiting for, probably, if they're looking to move.
On the reverse side as well, I've had a load of comments from people expecting that as a result of Aquatica releasing, that somebody's going to get the assets and bring them over to ASA. I don't think it's going to be that simple, though, to do that. It's two different dev kits for starters. I mean, I guess the models exist. I won't pretend to know too much about it, but I can't imagine it's going to be that easy to move. Well, the few assets that were made, the few brand new assets.
I was going to say, do they even want to get it on ASA? I mean, based on what we've read, it doesn't look too promising. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Xfibo, how we doing on time?
I was having fun with you guys, so I'm already late.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's been longer than the time you gave me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, feel free to jump out whenever. Whenever you need to, feel free to jump out. Do you guys, so Xfibo specifically said, he might have had a good time this last time. For your content, are you planning to do more of a mixture?
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, all three of you, I assume, are going to play Aquatica in some form or fashion?
I'll play it.
Depends.
I'll play it.
Depends. We'll hop on tomorrow. We'll see how things are going.
I'll do a stream laughing at it.
Are you trying to prove our point that everybody should move?
I mean, we don't know. We don't know how good it's going to be. There's a lot of unanswered questions.
Of course.
Yeah.
And
I feel like
obviously disclaimer. Now you go ahead, Xavier. That's a good one.
I feel like the best moment for ASA, if that ever comes, is a new DLC, a new map that we haven't had on ASC. That would be the boom.
As Lost Colony, yeah.
Yeah, Lost Colony.
Okay, when's that coming out?
December, but
yeah,
Christmas Day.
Quotation marks December, or air quotes December.
It was November up until like a month ago or something. And then it's just
let's be real.
December.
It'll be January, February. Let's be February is my guess.
Christmas Day. Mark my words.
No chance. Because the one
That's
thing
the one.
Wildcard does,
I totally agree. That's the one. A brand new actual story. We haven't had a new story map in 5 years.
Wait.
It's,
I'm-
it's been a long time.
That
So
long, 5 years.
that's the
Oh,
moment.
Gen 2.
I just got confused because there's a Lost Colony expansion pack, right?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that just got released. That's weird because I didn't know that there's a Lost Colony map coming out.
Yeah, so
And-
that content's part of it's a pre-order bonus for pre-ordering the map that's coming out at the end of the year.
Okay, that's weird because if I were them, I would market it as a map, and not. I didn't know that I was getting a map, which is weird. So
That's it's wild to hear that because it's a wonder how many other people are thinking the same. Like I'm paying this for that content and not pre-ordering the map.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, and
And
also
have they marketed for them?
it was a weird timing where like everybody was like, so do I get Lost Colony with Ragnarok? Like, do I get 2 maps
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's like, oh
Yeah.
crap. No, listen, this is how it is. But I mean, I can understand that. Like, it's a lot of new weird things all of a sudden.
We've had this debate before that I feel there's too many doors. But like as a new player to Ark, you know, when you land in, there's all these different monetized doors now to open to play different features. Like whereas back in ASE, it was a new map to play, wasn't it? You paid for that next map. Whereas now it's all on that first map, and it does get confusing. You know, which am I paying for? Which one's worth going for now? Like I've just bought the game. I've got to pay $100 to get all the rest of the content to enjoy Ark as it's intended, or what? And I think that is a problem. Like, you know, before it was isolated with maps. Now it's all there day one when you first play Ark on the same map.
There's
Maybe a turn off for new
microtransactions everywhere
players.
you look.
Well, and
I kind of did push for that, but in a different way. I
it's-
pushed for market transactions.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I pushed for market transactions when ASA first came out, but it wasn't like market transactions like
Like Pyromanes?
or other. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks
Like
a lot,
CS:GO.
XFIBO.
Oh.
I was like aiming for like skins of stuff, skins of items.
Yeah,
skins
it's
of
it's
armor.
wild. I mean, I guess they are now in terms of that premium. They're pushing it now, right? We have the Power Ranger skin, obviously, as a result.
Yeah,
and
horrific,
people
bro.
are pushing them more. But yeah, there were some opportunities there. I never understood why they didn't go for. You know, Sotif skins. It always felt like an easy route, but they never went there.
Well, and
Or Battle Pass for Sotif.
the other thing is it's not even just wildcard, because now you have premium mods which are paid, which a lot of servers have. You have official clusters. There's official clusters for PvP and PvE that are all of the premium maps included with the regular wildcard ones. It's like so many things that if you just like pick a server, there's no telling what you might need to get to play it.
There does need to be just some clearer distinction, and like even the premium mod needs that benchmark needs to be higher than it currently is.
Yes.
You know, what defines a premium mod? I'm sick of like doing content and then I have to explain to people if it's free or not. People ask, is this a free mod or a premium mod? And I hate that I have to have that conversation with people. It's mad. You know, and it just there just needs to be a clearer distinction on what defines a premium mod. And the value of a premium mod than something being released that's in progress premium mod.
Yeah, I like the idea of the premium mods. I like the idea of like allowing the modders, even if it's a small kickback, even if it's coffee, you know. I love that idea, but like the implementation needs a ton of work. Just documentation. What works on official? There's a lot that do weirdly work on official PvP and PvE. But those things are never going to get fixed because we have to put out 7 more maps before we can start working on Ark 2, and that's the goal. Like that, we know that's their goal. That's what Jeremy said was we can't start Ark 2 again. We're doing no work on Ark 2 until ASA is completed or mostly completed. He tweeted that not long ago. You know, I'm paraphrasing.
Really obvious. The wildcard are horrendously short for time, short for resources, short for everything. Going back as to when ASA first launched, the trailer dropped the same day. They were really, really rushed to get out in that October timeframe, at least just on PC. And as we all know, ASA on launch was not good. And then they didn't even have it on consoles. They had to push for consoles, and it's just painfully obvious that Snail are forcing them to operate well within their power, like in terms of they just getting spread too thin. It's horrendous, and I think that's why ASA is failing, or was failing until Ragnarok came out. Realistically, because they were just. I think if they had an extra year to polish,
I agree. It released
Yeah.
too early.
It'd been
It
so
was
early.
much
released
better.
too early. There wasn't ready. Yeah.
Well, and they lied. Like, okay, I say they. Jeremy just flat out really screwed himself and the entire project by tweeting a bunch of dumb crap that then they went back on. Like, I love that he tries to communicate.
Hey.
Like, I don't disrespect that, but you put out a tweet that says we're doing a visual update. We're updating it visually, and
Yeah.
then literally a week later, it's like brand new everything. Like, pay for it all. It's, bro, what are you doing?
$20.
Stop tweeting. You're like Trump late at night just tweeting dumb crap. Stop doing that. Stop.
In December 2023, I suggested something kind of wild, and to this day, I still believe that might be a good idea. I said that ASA should be a free game coming with the island and like third-party made maps. And then if people like the game and if Snail Games, Wildcard, whoever it is, believe in their product, like the DLCs will sell. Give people the base game, let them fall in love with it, and then they'll buy the other stuff as well. Like, it was very weird. I feel like that's, I don't know, that's the way forward for me. The
Also,
game being
Oh yeah,
free,
but
To rebuy a game they've already played was probably
Yes.
the wrong move. Yeah, 100%.
yes.
I think
Yeah.
I wonder how caught in the middle they were of looking at. There must have been a moment where their leadership team went, "There's no way we get Ark 2 done in like the next 2 years. Like we can't switch to this new UE version. We don't know how to use it properly yet. Like there's no way we get it out. What do we do money wise for the next 2 years?" There must have been that conversation somewhere.
Yeah.
Because they made they flipped the whole thing. You know, how long ago was it that we heard about Ark 2? Like 5 years or something crazy like that?
2020.
It was literally 5 years. Yeah, it must have been some meeting where they went, "We need something between now and then," and it like Raz maybe was saying about the console stuff. Which, by the way, I want to get back to Aquatica just a little bit here. It's PC only, so
Yeah.
you don't even.
Didn't he say he wants to get it on console, but that's up to the higher ups? I think he might have tweeted that as well.
Who said that?
He did reply to somebody on the Twitter. Saw that, like, obviously wants to get it out, but that's down to the Chiefs, right?
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum. What we got for dinner?
Fucking pizza, come on.
Hey.
I've never
Damn,
seen
bro.
my phone switch off faster.
I'm not fixing the
bro.
names.
See,
We'll get 'em
this
fixed
is
in a minute.
yeah. That's the great thing about being a team. Just so, huh?
There we go.
Come on.
What we got for dinner?
Nothing's
Anything
been-
nice?
Not too
Ooh,
bad.
nice.
Not too bad. I'll talk into that in a
Happy
bit.
Wait, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Come on. I'll
Show
you.
it. Show it.
Pizza.
Come on.
Nice.
There we
Okay.
go.
Nice.
Get
nice.
involved.
Really
Yeah.
hot. But...
Nice.
Is there pineapple
Glad I'm
on
not
that?
screaming this. Oh, mate, I love pineapple pizza. Get me all over that, please.
That explains why you're an ASC player still. I see. I got you. I'm with you.
Come on. I'll die on that train. I will die on that train.
I actually don't hate pineapple. I don't usually get it personally, but I don't hate it. It's not the worst. There's way worse things. But yeah, so if they get it for console, assuming that it plays, I think that would be a step in the right direction. That makes it, again, all these little things. For me, the problem is all of these little things together add up to make it feel so crappy, like so sneaky, and of course there's a lot of the like pre-division stuff that we all know about with T and just all the stuff that we've ever known about Snail. And it's just like all of that thing together just make me think this is going to be awful and that we shouldn't like it. And I'm trying so hard to not like let the other stuff make me biased against it. Cause obviously I think a failure on ASC and just like the failure on ASA is just bad for Ark. And the craziest thing, the thing that constantly drives me nuts that I yell about the most is that for some reason, no other dev team seems to be able to make a game that can do what this game does so poorly. And I hate that.
Isn't it?
Big bust.
Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And
It speaks volumes. It
Yeah.
must do. Like, why?
I mean,
Why is no one done it?
we always talk so terribly, not always, but we talk terribly about all the things that go wrong. But like, they really did make what is hands down one of the greatest games. You know,
100%.
it just is. And the PvP experience, no one else has the sack, the whatever you want to call it, to do what they've done, which was basically ignored everybody in the beginning who cried about how hard it was and how they lost their little bob base on the beach. They ignored them all and said, get good or get out. Like, we'll make PvE for you if you can't hang. And I
Yeah.
respect that decision so much because we see all these other games like, Dune recently, and they're making some changes to make it safer for the PvE players. And I get that the PvE players want to play the game too. I'm not like immune to that understanding, but it's like,
But it's
dude,
at the expense of PvP as a result.
yeah. Why,
That's the
like
problem.
New World
Yeah.
should have killed every other game for the next 10 years. And then they just got so weak on that. Same thing. They just ruined the PvP. And eventually you run out of content. And you're just sitting around waiting on the devs to put something new in the game. That's what PvP is meant to do, is cover that time frame when they're developing new stuff. Ark is the real sandbox. There are no other real sandboxes except for, when other people have tried to do it and haven't done it as well.
It is unreal when you think how much content has released over the years. New metas have been introduced that they've had to balance for both PvE and PvP, and somehow have managed to keep on that tightrope the entire way through. It's an interesting case study, yeah.
It's like such a complex game as well. Like for the past 9 years that I've played this game, I've learned something new every single time I've played. Whether it's like an Easter egg about an item or an Easter egg about a dino, like strategies to raid, everything. Like you always learn something new.
It's true.
Yeah,
yeah,
it really is.
There's always something new to learn.
There's like new tricks we learn all the time. New meta shifts.
Yeah.
People play with dinos because they're bored, and then all of a sudden they figure out sometimes broken thing that it shouldn't do, but it works and it's awesome. And then like that's the new meta for a while, Like I love that, and I think that's the thing that Ark did was that's why I call it the true sandbox. It was like here's the sandbox, and then we're just gonna throw crap in this sandbox and let you do whatever you want with it, and then we'll try to keep some semblance of order and whatever. And they haven't done always so good on the enforcement side of things, but like that's like part of the charm, not the cheating. I don't mean the cheating is part of the charm, but
I was going to say, getting your head spun off has a certain charm to
that's
it.
not part of the charm. But I just mean the ability to literally do, whatever you can do within the bounds of the play, within the bounds of the sandbox with all these toys they continuously give us. It's such a good thing. And it was built in from the beginning. The thing that made this game last forever, the thing that makes PvP fun is that it matters. The things you do in the game matter. The breed lines matter. The things that you spend all your time doing, the farming, there's stuff worth taking from somebody else. A lot of games, the PvP is like for the sake of PvP, and that's okay for a little while. But like Ark does it where it's like, man, there's a reason to go raid somebody, whether it be to get rid of them because you guys have this long hit. Anyway, I could go on forever about this, but
You call me the wild card employee. Really?
I'm telling you,
you
bro.
sold me, bro.
The
I'm buying
real
that
story
game.
of Ark is the story of the players. The lore of Ark is cool, and I know a lot of people love it. I couldn't tell
it's
you what's
great.
going on in the lore of Ark. No idea. The lore of Ark for me was the history of Ark from PvP's perspective. That's the lore of Ark. That's what makes Ark special. It's the EVE Online of survival games, right? Like it's that thing where you still talk about that fight you had 7 years ago against whoever.
Yeah.
I still remember Xfibo's fight with Kishko against T, literally against T on the island.
Yes.
I remember those videos like they were yesterday.
yesterday.
Which I lived on that island, by the way. I was just coming from console to PC. I didn't know who they were.
Nice.
Yeah.
So-
Same server or what?
165, that island server.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah. I was like the
there's no
biggest
other
mob.
game.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's no other game out there that makes you feel the same way when you've spent the past 3, 5, 7, 20, 30, 90, however many days grinding and like building up something, and then someone tries to like come and take it from you. There's no other game that gives you that thrill of like defending what you've worked for the past however many days.
Dude, I was like late on for 2 reasons. One, because I didn't know that this was where to do it, but 2, because the server crashed and I was frantically trying to get back on to save my character from being like left out in the open. Like, you know.
I always talk about the moment, like, the moment early game where you're like going out on the RG to farm, and then you see the other guy on the RG farming, and there's like this split second of like, here we go, baby. Like, what's going to happen? Yeah, I love that. There's no other adrenaline pumping moment in any game to me like that moment right there.
So is the moment to bring all of our opinions into one place, Lost Colony? Then is that the moment? You think? Do you think you'll find a lot of ASA players jumping over to ASA when Lost Colony arrives? Then,
If they know it brings them up as well, yeah.
100%.
Well, now they are all going to. We're going to make sure of it.
Okay.
But I
Do we
do think
if
that.
they,
Go ahead.
added crossplay to ASE, would it take players from ASA back?
100%.
Ooh.
Isn't it? Society would be booming if that was the case, man.
Yeah.
That's all ASA need. The only things that I think ASA does better than ASE is photo mode. Oh my god, I love that mode.
It's so
Yeah, that
good
is gorgeous.
for
That's
creators. It's
beautiful.
so good.
It's so nice, man. It's being able to record cinematics without having to go into like an actual single player world and do it after the fact is so nice. But the crossplay, the mods, the modding experience for console players,
It's a
and
big one.
photo mode is basically all the only advantages I see of ASA for people like me who only play PvP. All there is.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I can think of a few things. Maybe like as more content comes out that you won't get to have, some of it's going to be fun. I think for me, like the biggest reason I don't know if I could go back would be the quality of life stuff that ASA brought. That's like some small things, but like even just with the recent patch, there's now auto run in the game, which is like for me like the greatest thing ever. Like I was like so happy. Also, they've now, I don't know if you guys do this on unofficial servers at all, but you know, on official Ankies and Doeds and stuff, they fill up to half weight. Like if you're carrying it without somebody, but they changed that. They'll now continue to swing ad nauseum forever. Even if they're black box, they'll keep swinging. Now they won't get the item or whatever. So like they're just making. There's so many great things. I think that ASA, you know, ASE started some of it at the very end, but man, ASA is just quality of life stuff is hard to beat. It's just hard.
Like, despite them, you know, saying that it was meant to be a clean code base or not, this
Okay.
yeah, like this version, it is on a new engine, right? And it's on a future-proofed engine, hopefully. And your fingers crossed. As I said earlier, like it is history repeating itself, where eventually they caught up to a point with ASE. You know, it wasn't until Extinction that ASE got that giant population, right? And ASA would slowly getting there, and hopefully we'll find that eventually. In another year or two, maybe.
Well, I think that was the reason. The reason wasn't it because the requirements dropped significantly from Island, Scorch, Center, like because I think the suggested was like just two what do you call it? Connected Titans was like the recommended GPUs in the beginning. It's like, bro, who has got that back then? Like, not very many people. But I think I was gonna say for the Lost Colony idea, I think that if they fix the 5.5 stuff better, and if they get the game to run on older machines better, and just overall better, like if they get that fixed and then Lost Colony comes out, I think you get a big jump.
They brought out this low quality mode, right? This low performance mode. I can't say I use it. Was that not the solution then?
I used it once. That's a terrible solution. My game looked terrible. It looked ugly. I was like, I'm doing that.
Either, no.
I mean, PvPers won't know the difference, but like, I was I'm turning that crap off.
Time for us.
So I'm curious between you guys, like that low performance mode that they recently released with 5.5. Was that not any sort of game changer for the PvP community then? No.
I've never even tried it, man.
I like my game to look nice, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like it looking
But
bad.
console commands pretty much did whatever that did, but better. To be honest, I don't see any real difference between that and just using console commands to make the game look like a PS2 game. I mean,
it's just less effort, slightly less effort and they don't.
I guess
them.
you click one button to do it, which is nice.
Yeah.
But
you're just copy pasting anyway, you know.
We already have buttons on unofficial servers to like literally press one button on the main menu and it changes your graphics settings to minimal.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool, actually.
FPS boost, yeah, we have that mod. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Interesting.
Right. I'm gonna have to leave now. It was lovely chatting to all of you, as
Yeah.
always.
Hey, thanks for doing it,
before.
man. Thank you very much for doing it.
Yeah, I always love doing it. Anytime. And wish you boys all the luck with content. Great rest of your stream. And I hope we get to speak soon again.
For sure. Thank
Yeah.
you, XFeebo.
Chat,
Go check out XFeebo's latest video. It dropped recently on his channel,
Thank you,
YouTube.
thank you.
What's your YouTube? Say is it easy?
Yeah, it's just XFeebo. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
It's
figured.
just my name.
YouTube.com/XFeebo. Go. Right after we're done.
Thank you.
Watch all his videos.
Right.
like,
After we're done, though. After we're done. Yeah.
Don't forget, go straight over there and look for the video titled "How a Tribe with 3,427 hours."
Okay.
You know, I thought
Right.
about it after we talked earlier, Zavi. I actually thought about making the title of this how a round table with. I decided not to, but I considered it for a second. I was like, that'd be hilarious. Okay, let me fix all these names because now everybody's everywhere. Got that. All right, go ahead. Somebody, anything. What else you got?
What else have we got? Like, so I know where we're going. We know a map's coming out. And it's curious to see your reactions, like on your people who are playing ASE more than most. You know that you're still quite hesitant to play this DLC. Is that should be one of those? Just check it out.
I think if you're a PvE player, ASA is just superior in every way. It has everything you could ever want from Ark currently and past. But until the bridge, like, if we could just have a bit more communication, I know it's maybe a bit too much to ask for. But if we could just have someone to be like, yeah, the PvP stuff will come in like 6 to 12 months or whatever, then I think you'll have a lot of people from ASA be less hesitant. Like, give you like their word that they'll come play or whatever when it comes. But it's just the lack of transparency is a kick for a lot of us, like OGs, if you'll call it, you know?
Yeah, but there's already an issue that's apparent is Series S. It performs really poorly on Series S, and like the graphics have dialed back to this low performance mode. It's apparently like akin to this low performance mode on Series S. That makes me question if the reason to move to here was because of hardware limitations like PS4, and we're already here with Series S. What happens next?
Do we think
Is Series S the? Sorry, go ahead.
It's a cheaper one. It's a cheaper Xbox. Like
I haven't touched Xbox since the 360, man. I don't know what the hell they're going on. Like they released a fridge and I know I lost it. But yeah, is that all of Xbox? Just have to run that really bad? Like
Well, if you've got the lower performing Xbox, you've got two models, and that's the
is there two different ones?
The one without the disc tray is the one that does bad.
Yeah, but it doesn't look great on Series S, and it is a concern. Like, you know, that there is much more to come yet. What happens there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do we think the performance is based on them just basically like upscaling and porting the game into 5 and not recoding it, or do we think it's just Unreal Engine 5 still because it's so new?
Well, there's that, right? Like we've seen plenty of reports of Unreal 5 games overall struggling across the board, right? It's not just Ark, it's a lot of Unreal 5 games. So we can only hope as time ticks on there's some compatibility there we see improvements with. I don't know. But,
I think everybody saw that video. All the developers saw that one video and they were like, okay, cool, turn on Lumen, turn on Nanites, and call it a day. Like, and that's what they did. I hope he wouldn't mind me saying this, but when we were talking to Jackson a little bit about Ragnarok, he actually mentioned like how steep that learning curve was in the beginning for like things that it wasn't so much learning Unreal, he said, but it was like converting that into what they had already had. Like, how do we make this work with what we had? Some of the stuff was like, you know, it's now built in, but we had already built a system. Like, just a bunch of. He made it seem like it was a much more of a learning curve than just, you know, just as simple as like they ported it over and it sucked kind of thing. By the way, Syntac wants to know what Zavi's mother thinks about all of this.
Shut the fuck up, Syntac. Why are you here? My mom is anything that will help pay off our mortgage. That's pretty much where she's at.
All right.
There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, so what do you guys think is the what would make Aquatica successful to you, like as a player?
It doesn't break ASE.
Well, I was gonna say, aside from like the obvious things, like not breaking all the mods, not breaking, you know, whatever. Like, what as a map, like in game, what makes it fun? What makes it something that you're like, absolutely, I'm glad I played this. This is actually like way worth it. Or for Zavi specifically, what would make you want to be like, I'm definitely putting this on the cluster, like for PvP?
just it being polished, not having a bunch of mesh holes, that always helps.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
overall being balanced. It's hard to say because it's to do with Subnautica, right? That's their whole inspiration.
Yeah, probably.
Like it's gonna prevent because I saw the water is gonna be different. I don't know if it was just the graphic settings, but there was no fog in the water that you're gonna be able to walk on it. There's so many unknowns until we actually get into it, and it's gonna be unlike anything. So I think it's best to wait until we have some sort of idea of what kind of the gameplay will be like. But it's going to be a lot different to anything else that we've ever played on ASC, I'm predicting.
Yeah.
I think
Sort of you'll know it when you see it.
Exactly,
it?
yeah. I mean, it's kind of comparable to Genesis 1's ocean biome, and that's completely fine. It didn't really add anything crazy because Gen 1 ocean biome is like, I guess the only thing that was added was like megachelons. But I would not really have an issue with having it as long as the dinos are balanced. Because like we'll have another extinction situation where the mechs will shoot outside a turret range again, and it'll be fun.
I think Zanai, our friend, made a good point. He said if you cover the top part of the water on Aquatica, can you even tell the map's underwater apart from like the few weird like reef things they add? Like that.
Oh no,
image
there'll
I just
be
put in
islands
chat-
above it. There's islands above it and stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you like the whole map's been advertised as this massive underwater experience, like seamless, like it's basically on land but underwater, like all the water teams can swim and work. Like if you just cover the top of the water, can you even tell that it's like an underwater experience in reality?
Well,
see.
but let's be honest though. Who turns the fuck off here when they go underwater?
I
If
do.
I'm
Yeah,
playing
for sure.
PvP, yeah, if I'm playing PvP,
Everyone.
yes.
Who turns off the
Everyone.
water
Like,
when they go
everyone
underwater?
does. Yeah.
Well, if you're doing a nice cinematic in photo mode, best believe I'm putting that on, bro.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's the exception there. But it's not great. Like even me, I refuse to turn it off. But when I'm underwater, yeah, it's just can't see nothing. Gotta turn the fuck off.
I'm tempted to bring up the trailer and analyze it a bit more because I remember there was like Shadowmanes and Rexes and Utis with different variants. So
There's a
have
lot.
no-
They just
that's
look
gonna-
like
Loads of variants.
skins, right? Like skin versions.
Mm.
Who
But
knows?
it's interesting who filmed those trailers as well. It's not up to wildcard standards. There's some really questionable shots. I don't know if you've
and they're-
watched them.
I mean,
All these
Jakari
like
did it.
spotlights.
Jakari's making the video now. Why would they even do
No, no,
that?
no, no,
I don't
no.
understand.
Jakari's trailers, sweet. You can tell spot his.
Yeah, I
from
know.
mile off,
That's
but there's
what I
these-
mean. Why would they have someone else do this?
Oh right, gotcha. Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
version
yeah.
whatever you want to call what they did. Like, why? Don't.
Bizarre.
I saw it in your video where it's like the
Yeah.
worst camera angle ever. It's like, did
Really
you even
bad
look at this
framing.
before you posted, or like, did you have AI cut out some video footage that you made? Like, holy crap, it looks terrible.
That AI guy's got to make his money somewhere else.
Make his 90 grand somehow, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm sure
but no.
Jakari's is gonna look awesome. So,
It's out. Have you not seen it?
when did that come out? Yesterday?
No, a while back.
I saw
the
the
only
first
thing
one. Isn't he making another one?
I don't know.
Like a
Not
release day one? I'm not sure. I
Not sure.
definitely saw that one. That one was actually good. Yeah.
Yeah, Jakari's great, and and that's the thing, isn't like there's a lot of third parties involved with this, and more to them. Like really happy for them, and hope it's the success they hope it is. But just can't get behind this being a thing at all, and how it exists, and what it represents, and what it does to damage wildcard as a thing that's happening, and it's out now. That's it. It's going to divide the community even more. There's no doubt
The
about
only
it.
thing that kind of sells me on actually at least giving it a chance is Gareth Cook doing music for it, Jakari doing a
Right.
trailer for it. If those two things
Surprised by that.
didn't exist, I probably wouldn't have even tried it, to be honest, because like the only trailer available would be the AI one, which
Yeah,
is
you just hope that both of them are like stand behind it. Like, please just be the thing that I can latch on to make this not terrible.
yeah, please, yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Well, I think, like, personally, I kind of agree with Raz about what it means, like not
this is it.
game wise,
It's-
but like the moral part of it.
Exactly.
How
It's
do you
not
have a
about going back to ASE? It's not about Snail. It's simply the fact of you've worked on something for 10 years, and then somebody's just come along and trying to take credit for your work with some backhanded move that in turn's damaging your reputation. Like it just feels so wrong, and I can't support that.
It is their
That
IP now, though, right? It's been their IP for a long time, no? Snails?
Well, yeah, it's now own Ark. They haven't owned Ark since.
Yeah,
since,
so
well, they
that-
had Ark.
That's
So,
that's my one caveat is like, now for Wildcard as the everyday dev who's making the game, this is not pointed towards them, but Ark's, we'll just say Wildcard leadership, but the way they started Wildcard was mistake after mistake that put them in the damn position to even get screwed like this, and now that few choices is why we're here. Like I try my best to keep it fair, and I don't like Snail, and I don't like a lot of the things they've done, but we wouldn't even be in this place if that hadn't occurred in the very beginning, like before there was even a game. And we're here now, and all of this is because of that mistake. And we say things like Snail is underhanded, and they're dirty, and they're greedy and blah blah blah, but that's literally the reason Wildcard was started, was because of some dirty, greedy, backhanded decision making. Like, and again, that was a long time ago, so like it's not judgmental. It's not the judgmental part. I'm just saying the way we got here was like it's just the same sort of decision making from somebody else. It's hard for me to like only blame Snail every time. I feel like I have to remember.
Yeah.
Not again. That's not to the actual developers who make the game. Like same with Siren. Whatever.
I see it as just some creative dude, Jeremy. Like we've seen him. We've seen how he speaks. We've seen him on Twitter. That he just speaks first, thinks later, and that's how he got himself into this mess with Ark. Like he just went with his impulses and did something that he shouldn't have, and messed up royally. Needed a bailout, and then in comes Snail, and the rest is history, right? And we are where we are. A company that have invested into so much other crap, failed like Tesla type cars and just wacky ideas. They're doing some mobile soft corn app. I don't know if you've seen that one at the moment. Like they're investing into so much crap. Like, just why on earth are they not investing into the one team that's making the money? I'll never understand that.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that actually makes me mad. If they were a big publisher with lots of games that were super successful, then this would just be publisher behavior. But you're doing it to the one development team who hasn't shit the bed with their game. Like, of course we can say whatever we want about the game, but like we got Atlas, we have they bought the last Oasis devs 5 seconds before they closed. They the only other game that I think is even remotely worth even mentioning, Dark and Light, is that single player game, co-op game that I actually think is super fun. Bellwright is actually kind of cool, but that's like the only other. But that's not selling Ark numbers. Like, it's Ark. Ark got you here. Why the hell are you doing it to Wildcard, bro? That's I'm with you on that. That's the one thing.
I get the ambition. I get the ambition. I get the opportunity to try and dive into something. Look, look at what we've done here. Can we try and replicate that somehow? Can we try and make Ark again in a new game? Right? Can we replicate that? But you failed again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It's not working. One thing is working. Why? Why are we still here down this road 10 years on? It fails to believe. Don't know.
Yeah. It's also hard to say, like, because my argument would be like, and maybe this would be some other people's argument, was like Wildcard had the chance to put the nail in the coffin of ASE, and they failed. And now maybe there was some pressure from Snail to hurry it up. Maybe it was, we have to get it done now. And the Nitrado deal was looming, right? They had something that they had to hit the release before some date or whatever. And so, but the whole thing was like, they had the chance to kill ASE. We had already decided we're sunsetting the official. It's only going to be unofficial stuff left. All they had to do was deliver, and we sort of dropped the ball again. And now 2 years on now, and we're like still trying to pick the ball back up and fix what we should have had done before we started.
It's a fair point. It's a good argument you raised there, because don't forget, Extinction was meant to be the last map originally. Atlas was meant to be the game that was going to take over Ark, right?
Yeah.
But Atlas didn't turn out to be the Atlas that everyone hoped it was going to be. And then coincidentally at the same time, Extinction pulled in some great numbers. Yeah. So back to Ark we went.
That's kind of the history,
that's
right?
Exactly what happened.
Just ping pong from idea, whatever makes them a little buddy. We're just ping ponging. We're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and see what things stick,
But it raises the point, doesn't it? That if Aquatica does sell well and is, a roaring success, why not? Let's go back to that. I can't see it happening, but go back to an old gen game.
I guess, is there much of a problem with both of the games being run in tandem?
What way?
In both games being worked on separately. ASC by Snail.
I would say you're isolating two communities at that point. I think you've kind of separated.
That's already happened
at the
though,
moment.
so
Yeah, I almost
they're already
agree that
separated
it's,
as it is.
yeah.
Well, it's
I
like
guess what is Ark at that point, right? If you've got these two different offerings of it.
Well, it's Call of Duty. Remember the original Call of Duty? The two companies alternated release every year, right? Wasn't that the deal with Treyarch and
Infinity War, yeah.
Infinity Ward?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that was a good thing. Maybe it was. Those games aren't comparable, obviously.
Argument.
But I think the problem is if we look at that, we know. Okay, again, excluding what if Aquatica was amazing, we just know that the quality probably suffers in the hands of Snail. Like we've just seen every other thing they've touched that wasn't wildcard the whole way. It's just not been great, like at all. And so then you have one community where you guys in PvP just ignore that anyway, right? You just all the stupid crap they do that you don't like, we just turn that off and we keep making content and we enjoy the PvP, right? But for a bunch of other people, if their first experience is this is what actually worries me. The first experience for these new people that they may attract is going to be a Snail run, brainchild of Snail thing, and it's like, dude, if it's bad as Atlas was, those people never come back to Ark again, ever.
Completely fair.
The thing is,
I was mainly just
comes out good. If
Sorry,
Aquatica comes out good, how does that look on wildcard though?
Oh
Yeah,
right.
true.
How does that
Well,
reflect
absolutely.
on the team over there? You know, like this small team with Siren have all been given like, no help, no nothing, and somehow they wallop this and it's a home run.
Yeah, but they were given all of Wildcard's materials to make it. It's like, here, take everything we made and then just slap it into the world. I realize I'm like, being a little facetious here, but it really was. Here's all our assets. Try not to make the map too terrible.
Yeah, like we said before, though, I am curious to have some outside third party fresh eyes work on something, and what happens as a result of that. Definitely, we've seen what we're getting through the modding scene, and some crazy, insane ideas to the point people are getting employed by Wildcard as a result. So, it's possible.
Yeah.
Another thing, by the way, I saw an Archelon in one of the trailers for Aquatica, and I'm pretty sure that's like a mod for ASE. Because obviously it was by Garuga, I'm pretty sure, and he got hired to work on ASA.
A lot of people.
They're just stealing mods now. Is that where we're at? I don't know.
It's a questionable area, right? Because that's now officially integrated into ASA, and Garuga works for Wildcard, so I guess technically they're not rubbing a mod now. I don't know, but you're right. It was in ASE. It is still just a mod. Don't know. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah,
that works.
I didn't
Gray
realize.
area.
It's probably the case of he works there, so he can't really say no. That's probably
Well, they probably didn't ask him.
Yeah.
They probably didn't ask him, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because technically anything made by Wildcard belongs to Snail. That's how that works. That's how the IP ownership works. And so I don't know how that works legally from he made it before or whatever, but yeah, that's weird. It's a good point.
And that's why, sidetracking a little bit, but that's why Paleo, you'll never see that integrated into the base game of Ark, because they don't want the license to be used for whatever, and they want to keep it in-house.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Paleo was so good, man.
It was
MTS had
good.
a cluster on Paleo for PvP, one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. So fun.
Yeah. But, there we go. We're all aligned on Aquatica. It could be good.
So,
it could be a flop.
Do you
We're all a bit
hope
apprehensive.
Do you hope it's good or bad, Resk?
Do I hope?
Like secretly,
neither.
if you were just like at home, like, bro, I really want this to fail, so that we can say, "Told you so."
Genuinely, like in respect of so many players on ASE that can't play ASA, then there is so many that haven't got the hardware to run it right now. They deserve it. They need some content, and it's great for them. And I really hope it is the content that it looks like it could be, or we would want it to be. But I don't care. I don't want to know.
It's not for you.
It's Yeah, it's really not for me. I'm not playing it. I refuse to play it. I look forward to watching about it. I'll obviously be talking about it, but I'm not playing it. No way.
Fair enough.
Not for me. Yeah.
I'm assuming we all want it to do well. Like for me, no matter how far around in circles I go in my mind about this, I always come back to the same thing. This idea being horrible is worse overall than this idea being great. I think that's where I come to, is that like if this goes really bad, it's super bad for Ark forever from now on. If it goes super good, then we figure out that problem when we get there. Like I want it to do good. I'm just also not going to be. For me,
All
it's
in
like
all,
I'm not re-downloading the game. Number one.
I mean, to be fair, all in all, it's Ark Press. It's
yeah,
it's all press on Ark. It's getting the name out. Yeah, well, there'll be news articles. There'll be possible hate videos. It's all it's all Ark, and the day gets the word out, whether it's good or bad.
Okay, real
it being
quick.
good and it being selling well. Oh no, go ahead, sorry.
No, I'm just going to say, chat, we're going to take just a few questions. There's no way I'm going to get to them all. Post your questions if yours is interesting to me specifically, or if one of these guys happens to be looking at the chat. I'll just grab questions and I'll ask everybody. We'll just do this for a few minutes. If you guys want to keep talking and have any final thoughts, I'm cool with that too. But I would love to guess, because the chat always seem to have questions that I don't think of. So let's let them just start posting your questions. I'm sorry if I don't get to them all, but we're going to grab a few that I think are interesting. And yeah, sorry to cut you off, Zabby. Go ahead.
No worries.
Okay.
What I was going to say is it being a good product and it selling well are two different things. And you have to wonder with their kind of, I hate to use the word, but it kind of does seem to me it's the best word to use, predatory marketing strategies going after like the younger demographics. Yeah. I mean, I hate to use that word, but that's kind of what it speaks of to me. Going after people that don't know their history.
Yeah.
If it does well to them, I wouldn't be happy if it did well to that, if it was catered towards that demographic and it did sell well, even though it would be more money in Snail's pocket, which they can potentially use to help Wildcard. But I would just rather it's a quality product.
Well, just look at their marketing ventures recently. Like they've been
Yeah.
paying a lot of Twitch streamers that like are very, very big Twitch streamers, but they've not touched Ark. They don't do Ark or survival games. They're just IRL streamers with younger audiences. And they sent them
They were
into the
connected
deep
to Kai
end.
Cenat, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like Rakai and people like that. Just sent them into the
That is-
deep end playing the game. Probably paid them tens, maybe even hundreds of thousands, and just trying to get some more people in, a whole new audience of like
I watched
different
that.
generation of Ark players.
I don't know that was helpful the way it was done, to be honest. Actually, I think the idea was pretty good, but I'm not sure that the execution was pretty
It was
good.
surely, it was surely
Six figures
Snail
for
that
that.
decided that. No, there's
No,
no
it
way.
wasn't.
No, I don't
It
think
was
so.
I'm
Was it?
on the lines of thinking it was Wildcard.
I think it's
Really?
Zavala was the
Yeah.
one. The community manager was the one that was
look-
with him.
Yeah, Svala was there, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, looking at it from their perspective, big giant streamer who's linked with Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
Like there's no bigger, right? Like let's use this opportunity to market it through. But they just handled it not too great. They just gave an experience that wasn't
Not
the right experience. It wasn't
Yeah.
Ark. Like that wasn't playing Ark as it should have been. But I heard like a rumor that it took him like 2-3 hours to install it, and that was the reason why it was a rushed guided
His PC
tour or
couldn't run it
something.
properly. His PC couldn't run it properly. That was the issue.
Yeah.
I know why. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus here, but I do know it was Snail. I'm not going to say.
Oh, really? Okay.
I do know it was Snail. Yeah, it's a reputable source. But it also they sunk six. They have to have sunk 6 figures into that. I'm
100%.
sure they're represented by good managers and they
like-
Can,
cost
yeah.
the going price.
10,
But
20,
why
30 view streamers easily.
Yeah. Why could they have not sunk that into Summit 1G or Shroud or someone that's
Who
like
plays survival
in that
games?
field.
in the
Yeah,
vague,
right,
in the vague
true.
genre?
Yeah.
That's it. And, well, I was hoping like it might be a sign of things to come. Like once a month, do that. Go aim for those big streamers. Why not? It's a great marketing opportunity. They just picked the wrong one.
Well, I think
this time
Atlas-
around, yeah.
Atlas showed that people will jump in and play the game if it looks good. It's just
Well,
now it's hard to get them to come back though. That's the problem.
Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah, yeah.
Atlas release day was one of the funniest days on the internet.
Oh,
For me,
it was
it's
so
the
good.
game.
But that is a problem. You still got large creators back from the Atlas launch that paint Ark with
Alienated.
the same tarnished brush and won't touch Ark as a result of the way Atlas
Yeah.
performed at launch.
A lot of people
Yeah.
won't touch Ark because of what Asmongold said, watching people play
I swear to
PvP
you, man.
with their graphics turned off.
That flipping, bro.
He's like, this
Judging
looks
it
like
on
old
that
school
graphics
RuneScape.
game
This looks
killed me.
terrible.
Oh,
He set Ark back 5 years easily. with his
Easily.
comment.
Yeah.
Okay, I got some questions for you guys. If Aquatica was made by Wildcard and it was on ASA, do you think the overall feeling would be way different? I think so, absolutely, 100%.
100%. That's a totally different ball game. Then it's DLC made by the guys who make Ark. Like, why wouldn't it?
What if we somehow knew it was still forced by Snell and they sold it as a 10-year? I think another part of the weird thing is that it's like, yeah, we're celebrating 10 years. Here, buy some more stuff.
10 years.
I mean, sure, Wildcard aren't exactly trustworthy, but you can tell they care. They really
Yeah,
do
for
care
sure.
about the game.
I do.
So
Yeah.
For sure.
if they were going to bring Aquatica into the game, they would want to make sure it fits the Ark universe and,
Yeah.
in some semblance, fits PvP and PvE to an extent. Now, sure, ASA is more sided to PvE, but they would at least try, for PvP as much as they could.
Right, just to be clear, it is supposed to drop tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah.
Because Steam still doesn't have a date. It does not have a date.
Really?
At least I'm looking at it right
That's
here. It still says coming soon.
I think that's Twitter. Snell Games Twitter.
But that's another thing, right? Like lore is being written, and I know you guys probably aren't as much into it, but there's
I did
lore's
hear
being
about
written for
Origin
this
of
new
Element or
story map.
something. Yeah.
Sorry?
Origin of Element. It was like the Origin of Element or something.
Yeah, like there's some like,
How
side
can you do that?
characters that's not. I can't remember how they put it, but it's not like strictly canon to the main Ark lore, but it's side story lore, and I'm like, why does this need to exist? It's not adding to it at all, and it's just confusing people. Like, I know there's not as many into the lore, but yeah, I don't understand why it needs to exist.
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
how it exists.
They could have easily just left it like, I think it's Island Ascension, where you go out and you float and see all the islands. Like, they could have easily just said
Yeah, it should be
Aquatica's
one of them.
one of those,
Yeah.
and they could have left it at that.
Yeah, Aquatica is just the underwater version of any of those. It's
Yeah,
the
it could've
underwater
just been
area. Yeah.
And that's it.
On
Does it?
Aquatica Survival
Maybe it is.
Uncover, potential source of element and catch a glimpse of what the future holds for those bold enough to endure. That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you could go onto the maps that are already out that you already know all the lore for. You. That's what you could do with that knowledge. Are we assuming that the reason it's only coming to PC is the stuff that you were talking about before, Raz, with the
Performance.
just the older console stuff?
100%. Yeah, it has to be. Like, go and fight Rockwell on Gen 2 on PlayStation 4, and you'll see why. That's it. They can't do any more to that. It's awful.
That is a good point, though. I just want to raise this because it's quite important for the PvP community in general. There's a major game-breaking exploit on Xbox and Windows 10 right now, which is like
Crash
for
glitch.
ASE. Yeah, you have the Steam, you have PlayStation, and then you have Xbox and Windows 10. I really wish Aquatica was at least coming out for the Microsoft version of the game on Windows 10, because that would mean that they have to update it and they can fix this crash glitch. Because unofficial servers on Windows 10 and Xbox, which usually pull around 1,500 players on like the wipe days of the servers, they are completely in limbo right now because this crash glitch that you can literally use the console to crash any server. And I wish they were able to fix it, because Wildcard flat out said no, we're not fixing it.
That was an ASA
Someone I'm
feature, I
friends with-
think.
Someone I know, Zav, said the fix is meant to come with Aquatica. I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, I'm
We'll
very
see.
skeptical on that, because if there's
We'll
no update for Xbox, then it can't. Like,
I guess, yeah.
very sad.
I think I don't know. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
it's very niche. It's completely niche to the PvP community, but I wanted to bring it up.
Well, that's a big deal. I mean, that ruins a lot of things for a lot of people immediately.
It's killed Xbox and Windows 10 Arc like that. This crash glitch. I don't know how it's not been patched. Like,
When did
it's
Windows-
needed one.
That's precisely the point, right? Get the players onto ASA, baby. Come on. That's it. We got rid of one load.
When did Windows
What's the
10
next plan?
stop
Break
being
the
the?
mods.
Because Windows 10 originally was like the worst cheating ever because there's no battle eye. There was no way for them to do anything. When did that get
To this
fixed?
day, they still haven't.
Damn.
It didn't. It
Oh,
didn't get fixed.
It's more so-
That
you
makes
still
sense.
can't play official on Xbox,
It's-
on Windows 10.
Because there's so many more players on it. Like, most of these servers have like 10, 20 admins on at once, just running it, like keeping an eye on cheaters. Windows 10 like servers, they're a different mentality, because running servers for that many players, I could not imagine the stress.
It's something else. Yeah, it's
Man,
not great.
I played official for fun for like a month on Windows 10. I had seen some cheating, but not to boy, that was some different levels. That was insane.
It was a dark time. It was a dark time.
It was. Let's see. So there's a lot of questions. So a few you guys are asking questions that either we don't know the answer to because nobody knows the answer to them, or I don't mean this to be mean, but the questions don't make any sense with the conversation. So, for instance, asking if the money would be spent elsewhere, like better spent elsewhere. That's not how it works. They wouldn't spend money elsewhere just because they don't spend the money on Aquatica. That's not always a one-to-one. Like, oh, if they just didn't do that, they would have done this. So yeah, you guys think the same money? Yeah. So that's the question, Cass. Do you guys think the same money which went to Aquatica would have made a decent performance change on ASA, assuming that they took all the money and gave it to Wildcard for that reason? I mean, surely, right?
You'd hope so.
I mean, I don't think that's not how it works, really, where one budget just becomes a different budget in a company like that. But
their marketing budget needs to be analyzed.
Their communication needs to be analyzed.
Yeah, it's very, I don't know, specimen activity. It's very intriguing.
It's bizarre, mate. I don't like. Yeah, I can't get over the one DLC that we're at least looking forward to got that marketing budget to be released in theaters. It's insane.
For $8. I mean, like, you're not even making any money, really.
Exactly.
At least charge an arm and a leg for it, man. At least, because if you just ignore whatever we think about it, you just say like 70 new Ingrams, 20 new Dino variants, or whatever. It's like, holy crap, that's a lot of content. I can sell that for $25 all day, $30 all day. But no, we're gonna do all this for $8 a pop on if you get it early. By the way, Chad, if you're gonna buy it, you should buy it first thing before it goes to full price.
I know, like Xavier and Blur are playing it. Are you playing it, Willie?
No, I don't.
No.
For me, it's like I have the same sort of moral opinion of like not wanting to support it for the same kind of reasons, but also I have lived to not have to have another version of Ark on my PC. Like I'm not buying more SSDs just to play Aquatica. I swear I'm not. You know. So, but no, I probably won't.
I have Windows 10 Ark installed, Steam Ark. I have both dev kits. I have my.
That's how it was for me at ASC. Yeah, every map, everything had to be downloaded all the time. Yep. Yeah. As soon as I left ASC, I was like, no more. One version. That's it.
Yeah.
Does Aquatica have its own boss? I actually don't know the answer to that.
I think they showed a big massive piranha boss, didn't they? I think it was something like that.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of boss.
Wait, did you say a piranha boss?
Yeah, it looked like a piranha boss.
All right, I might go play it just to kill. I hate piranhas.
That's it.
If there's anything that's ruined a note run more than a raptor or a Trudon, it's piranhas in the river right there. Coming off West 2, the stupid piranhas, bro.
Or massive like angular piranha, it looks like in the trailer. Yes.
That'd be cool.
Mode of V2.
Do we think
if
Aquatica sells bad, Snail will have to add something into ASA, more breaking, to like recoup the losses?
Ice Romaine. Please no.
Ice Romaine.
Romaine V2. They're gonna have to do something to get more money if Aquatica fails.
Aquaman. That's the one.
Aquaman.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Please, no more pay to win dinos, please.
Hydromain. That's it. That's the one.
I'm down with the Hydromain. Okay.
All
right. So that's a good question. Is there anything that we've seen? I guess this is mostly to Raz, but to you guys as well. Is there anything you've seen in the trailer where you were like, "Damn, that'd be cool if it was ASA, like a dino or an ability, something like that"? Is there something that you wish was in ASA aside from the map?
Admittedly, I haven't not analyzed the video like I normally do. Other art vids, I've just gone. I'm watching
so mad.
Yeah, just watching rage. It's not great. To be able to. Yeah, I mean, it looked, honestly, that trailer that Jakari put out, it looked nice. It did. It looked like an Ark DLC. But yeah. No, I can't.
Oh, is it motor reskinned? Is that really what it is? That would make sense
I was
actually.
I was making a joke, mode of V2, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
That might actually be true. Yeah.
Yeah, nah. And again, like I mentioned earlier, I don't think we'll see any these assets ported over. We might see maybe one or two inspired, possibly as a result. That'd be kind of interesting to see, because like there's got to be one out of those 75 engrams that looks fun to use, right?
Oh, so the I think it's Swell was that his name? I think that was his name. The dev who made the post yesterday is in chat. He said there is a boss. For
Ooh,
sure. So there's definitely a boss.
Okay.
And to be fair, that is pretty cool. Something people have wanted for a while. You know, I know we've got that Moda, but it's not. I don't know. It's not like quite an iconic boss fight. You know, like
Yeah, that
it'd be fun to
fight's
see.
terrible.
Yeah.
You can cheese it with a mech, and that's all you need.
Yeah.
Everyone in the mech can do it. Yeah.
That's the problem with PvP players. It's PvP players and YouTubers like Raz Clark who show how to do everything the cheesiest way day 2, and then there's no
what's the
fun
latest?
anymore, man.
What's the
No
latest
fun.
cheese?
Ruin it at
Give
all.
it to me.
Nobody
Come
has
on.
to figure anything out anymore. That was the biggest thing for me, like moving from all PvP to PvE was like, dude, how do you guys not have everything done on the second day? Like, what are you even doing? It's like,
Yeah,
we're just playing the game and having fun, man. We actually get to hang out and enjoy the game. It's like, oh, interesting. All right, chat. Any more good questions? Good questions. Come on. You've got the two of the premier ASC YouTubers right here. Ask them anything.
Yeah.
That's bold.
That is
I
bold.
wouldn't agree with that. Yeah, we are dog shite. Don't ask us anything.
What no, we already kind of treaded that really. I wanted to like repeat, like, what's that defining moment for you guys? You think that makes you completely move over to ASA? Is it Lost Colony?
Possibly. It could be.
I think Raz Clark really wants everybody to stop playing ASC.
I know. Yeah.
Well-
I just genuinely, it's not for that. It's just I just want to see everyone like,
Together
on
again?
the same platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine how
I mean-
populated servers would be if it was one community again.
But just look at PVE official on ASA. Like most of those servers are capped every day. Like it's wild the dedication people have already.
You know, actually, you bring up a good point. Let's keep them separated. I don't need more people ruining the server pop. I never thought I'd have to join Sim to PvE, bro. I don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I will be honest. For me personally, I don't know about Jack. Jack probably plays a lot more of both than I do. I intend to play them both. If ASA gets better and I can play ASA more, I think it's just a case of trying to cater to as wide an audience I can with doing. I mean, I just released Ragnarok videos on ASA because I wanted to try and cater to the ASA audience because they are very, very split. I constantly see comments saying ASA is trash, go to ASA. ASA is trash, stay on ASA. It's an incredible division, and I try and cater to both. And I think if ASA just keeps getting better, I would have no reason to just try and keep doing both. But I wouldn't cut out ASA entirely because there's still just a massive demographic.
As a content creator, it makes no sense to just stop if you're doing it successfully already. Literally 0 sense to stop until it's just like not the player base is all kind of moved on.
But it's surprising though, like 2 years on after ASA's arrived, we're still playing ASE. There's still more people playing ASE. 2 years.
I'm convinced it's Gen 2. I'm convinced that it's the easy tech suit and easy start and getting everything you need in 3 drops on Gen 2. I'm convinced that's what it is. Think of how easy Gen 2 is. Not PvP, baby, necessarily, but...
Gen 2 PvE is great, I will say, yeah. But to be fair, we said the same with Extinction. We said the same with Rag. I mean...
I didn't say that.
I think... Well, I know a lot of people...
I see, yeah. I'm with you. I see it every time, man. This is the map. This is the game changer. This is the one. When this map comes out, this is the one where it's going to make or break ASA. I've seen that with every single map. And Ragnarok was the latest one. And it'll be Val next.
I can safely say that has not been me because I was pretty sure, like, I know a lot of people loved Rag and as did I, and I think it's a great version of Rag. But the truth is, the reason that Rag was so memorable to so many people was because we weren't in caves on Rag. We were outside. We were desert plat fighting. We were alpha plat fighting. We were, you know, all the things that back when Ark was like PvP was actually, and it's still not infant stages, but like there were still things to be learned. Like metas were shifting and dino lines weren't maxed out, and like things were outside and could die. Like for me, that's what made Ragnarok great. After you take away the, like, where are you even playing on Ragnarok if you're playing PvP? Like, I know you guys do custom caves, which are super dope, by the way. But like, if you just took the map as the vanilla version of Ark Ascended, like, where in the world do you build other than Mushroom? Maybe
Mushroom Desert Crack, which got
yeah, they brought in a new one. I don't know if you know, like a replacement cave now. They added it in later, like a couple of weeks later.
It's not good though. It has too many openings.
It's not crack, but yeah.
It's more like the Scorch one, right? Like a little bit more open on top.
Yeah, well, it's got a river to it as well, which it's
you
not good.
You can tell they nerfed a lot of the caves for Ragnarok. Like they tried to shift it back to everyone live outside. Like this, like all the new land masses and like tall pillar bases they've added now. They've definitely tried to give it some juice.
Which I appreciate. Like, I would much rather. I hold a very strange opinion for most people, but I wish they would just turn off cave building on one random day and let the Wild West start on 1X. I think that would be the greatest thing to happen to Ark PvP forever. People would hate it. Like, everybody who's playing there would hate it for like 3 or 4 months. But then, man, the fun that it would be after you sort of just like, screw it, we're here now. It would be so much better. Risk versus reward. But nowadays, there's no risk anymore. Like, you know?
Which, I was going to ask and interested in your opinions on that. For me, Ragnarok feels the one that's recaptured that magic of a new map more than any that's dropped before it. Like, it's felt just a much more fresher map. And I don't know, with previous ones, it's always felt a bit of a novelty feeling. It dies off after a couple of days, whereas Rag hasn't. I don't feel like I've had that. I've hit that
100%.
wall yet.
I think the biggest thing for me is the lack of just sandstone everywhere.
Like
Center. I thought Center was going to be the one that would,
right?
I would be like so immersed in. But then I looked at Lava Island and I was like, nah, I'm alright. Yeah, I'll never forgive them for butchering that thing. It was so good.
You know what's funny is when I talked to Jackson like a couple of weeks before it came out, I'd asked him a question that wasn't Ark related, and he got back to me like super late one night. And I actually said something to him. I was like, I just hope that in all the things that you've done on Ragnarok, you took out all the sandstone, or you're going to get in a lot of trouble, pal.
It's clear to see though, and I think he said as much, you know, in that interview, right? You know, that Ragnarok was made on the basis of a lot of criticism of previous map revivals, and you know where they've gone right or wrong with other maps. They tried to make sure they learned with Rag.
Yeah,
and I think it's
was
clear
it
to
the
see.
first one that was made in 5.5 as well?
Yeah.
Vaguely something like that. Yeah, don't know how much that helped, but
I mean, we've been sort of struggle busting through it recently, but I actually like how insane Labyrinth Cave is. Now, as a player playing it in the moment and having a bunch of people watch and laugh at my pain, I don't like that nearly as much. But the idea that it's actually like, because on PvE, definitely, right, you can't put teleporters in there like we do on PvP. So like you have to actually run the cave every time you need an artifact until you can transfer. I just thought it was like, it was super fun. Like at least for 1 or 2 times to do it. But I actually like that it was like unapologetically difficult. There was that one pit where you just die. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you've got a pyro man or what. You're dead.
It was great to see, and I think that was my main criticism with all the previous maps. You know, you've got this one opportunity. You're remastering this map. Like, let's have a look at some new areas. What can you do here, there? I always thought Aberration had an opportunity to link all the surfaces, maybe, you know, and just some new takes that you could have looked at, and it never really. There were a few caves and new added caves, but there wasn't that much. Ragnarok feels like they've added a lot more with this one than anything before.
They had the new islands and stuff, right?
Yeah,
I going to them for the first time. I was like, I was actually very curious. Like, it was the first time that I'd had that exploration kind of feel to Ark again.
Yeah.
And I know Ragnarok at the back of my hand, but seeing that new stuff, it was kind of eye-opening in a way.
It was like it actually felt new, like not just reskinned and better looking, right?
Better looking and That's
Well,
strange, but-
yeah. I mean, no, if you leave the settings on, it looks insane. If you could run it like that, okay. If
There
you
was
guys
some
were
weird
in,
fog-
go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
There was some weird fog stuff with Rag though. I don't know why. Like, for some reason, I tried turning the fog off and it just stays there. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's
That's
weird.
on purpose.
So the R, we found out later, the R
Oh, we
dot
found out, yeah.
fog, the R dot fog is what controls water and cave fog separately than just volumetric, but they used it
Yeah.
everywhere for some reason on Rag. Originally, our opinion was they used it to cover up the ugly colors that were happening in the beginning, but that all sort of seemed to get figured out, I think. But yeah, if you for some reason can't see, R dot fog space 0 will fix you right up. But your game
Yeah.
will look whitewashed as like crazy. It doesn't look good, but you probably don't care. Somebody asked if you guys were in charge of wildcard individually. We'll do this. What would you do to make Ark better? And it can be ASE or ASA, either one, whichever you pick, or both.
Do you have the whole year to talk about this? Jesus.
Let's keep it to one thing, one sort of specific thing.
I don't think I could get it down to one, but I can do two.
Go for two. Go for two. Yeah, let's do it.
I would revert cryopods to how they were in ASE originally, and I would make character sizes have a clamp on them, so you can't be too small. Those would be my two changes.
Okay, so is the character size thing a hitbox thing or a visual thing in the grass?
A bit of
Both.
everything.
I mean, I would love to play with like fully grass and stuff, but you can't see anyone. It's
It's like that was Atlas size, if you remember that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Though the character models, the size scaling, I don't know why they decided to go
Yeah, it was
even more
weird.
extreme with ASA. Like it was already an issue in ASC. You had an opportunity here, just keep everyone the same height, and they didn't. They made it worse.
I mean, I
I'll
do
never
like that
understand
it's
that.
like more options, but I think that one could have been left out. Like, you know, let the other stuff happen. Okay,
I
Raz,
feel
what
like
would you
there
do?
should be way more. Like I still feel it's quite limited there. You know, when it's based on Unreal Engine 5, that's like hand in hand with MetaHuman and how much you can do there. I kind of expected there was going to be like full integration with MetaHuman for character creation, and it's still really limited.
Well, joke's on you for expecting that. I don't know how you thought that. Well, I guess at ASA we didn't know what we know now, but
Yeah.
what would you change, Raz? What's the like one or two big things you would do to make either one different, other than take away Pyromanes? What other than that?
Pyroman's has got to go, man. It's gotta go. We need, like I said earlier, mate. We need to create a new benchmark on premium mods. Really, you know, I love that we've got this new era of encouraging modders, and it's so prevalent than it's ever been, and it's great to see the whole community enjoying mods now. But the premium mod benchmark needs to just be raised, and there needs to be a new cap on what that is and what represents a premium mod. There's too much, and I don't want to speak ill of any modders out there because I can't do it myself, but there's too much just unpolished mods that have been thrown out there with a price tag on it that in turn waters down the whole modding community. As a result, there needs to be a new benchmark there that really says this is a premium mod for reasons.
Yeah, I think there was two parts. I'm gonna just speak to this real quick, and then Blur, I want to get your opinion on what you would change. But I think for the modding thing, there was two things that I noticed when I first started playing around with the mods, and for me, it was the modded official PvP. It was like on a two-sided front. Number one was that Wildcard obviously took zero time to look at the mod. I mean, I get that it's like a very small niche, like subset of PvP players who would ever jump on that. But I feel like that could have been like a whole new, exciting way to play the game. Because the modded was super fun. It was different. It was like new things to learn, new dinos to mess with, and it wasn't super balanced. But who cares? Because it's not, it's not 1x. It's not small tribes. It was a good place to like check stuff out. But the problem was like they did zero looking into the mods at all. So you had Althemia, where you have these magic RGs that crap out element dust, or it's like element shard. Sorry, and you just build a RG tower and it's unlimited element forever. We couldn't even craft it fast enough. We had 8 or 9 tech reps just to keep it for nothing. We didn't even need it, dude. We had so much. It was just so like you're saying, like a little more like, let's make sure that these mods actually do something worth paying for and that they're cleaned up. you know? I think that makes a lot of sense, actually. And
just,
then
it just represent quality, man. You know, you want it to be a quality product, deliver quality. That's you know, I think that's a fair ask.
And I would also love it if the modding community like got together and had some like, man, maybe this is happening and I just didn't see it, but it felt like everybody just tried to one up the next person. Like Althemia came out and just did everything. And at the point you do that, then no other map matters unless every map does everything. It's like,
and like,
bro,
early on, I get it, right? You know, let's just get as much premium mods out as we can. Let's, you know, try and build a marketplace. I understand that, but it's done now. We've had the modding scene running for quite a while now. I think it's time to start revising, you know, what's that quality looking like now. There's plenty of content to play. Let's try and ramp up that quality.
Agreed. All right, Blur, what you got, baby? What would you change to make Ark greater than it's ever been?
Well, to be honest, Raz and Zavi hit two of the points. Like cryopods, definitely. Like the PvP community is like very bipolar when it comes to cryopods. Like for years, people have been complaining about them, and then Wildcard do something about them, but it's just like it's not the right thing. So they definitely need to figure out something where it still works for PvEers and they're happy with it, but PvP as well. Maybe like an even bigger damage like buff or something. I don't really know. I'm not too into logistics of it. But PvP side, one thing I think killed creativity with ASA from ASE is allowing like turrets to be placed anywhere.
Agreed.
And even though they've tried to like push the game away from the cave meta, allowing turrets to snap on any structure it's killed the fun of building a massive tower base in the sky like on ASE, you know? Like so many good fun spots have kind of been killed just for the fact of, oh yeah, I can go into this little 2-man cave, spam 100 like turrets on the roof. Nothing you can do. Takes you hours. It's just pointless.
It's boring.
Like, yeah, it is. It's like they've tried to change the meta, but in turn they've kind of made it worse for PvPers. And my second biggest thing is just we need some like the community is like the core of Ark, and once that goes, you're not gonna have anything left, I think. So like there needs to be more of a bridge, you know, like the community crunch is good. Like it's nice to have that, but we need like the studio leads that are meant to communicate with like PvPers and PvEers, like set up a Discord or something so we can give our feedback. Like we're not owed anything from Wildcard. Like they've made this game for us and it's given us all like jobs and it's been good and it's been amazing. But we've put just as many hours into this game than they have. So it might not matter to them, but we can give them some like insight into things, especially PvPers who aren't gonna like just the adults about it, like respectable, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's some feedback we'll have that they've probably not even seen in Ark in its entirety.
Yeah. I think speaking from the outside on that, like, you know, there's obviously a lot of PvPers that can get a bit too passionate, right? And right?
And, someone gives a 3-letter name.
And then so like I guess where do you draw the line on, you know, making sure there's a respect between player and dev, right? To have that line, because you do need that line. I totally agree. But when you've got a few you know, creators and players that are perhaps a bit too passionate, then it's figuring that out. But I agree with you, that needs to happen, without a doubt. More.
I mean, they have every opportunity too, because I'd say this all the time, but if people don't know, Dolly was in a 1X tribe as one of the leaders for a very long time, and a very big tribe, not like, you know, not like TPG, bro. I'm talking about an actual good tribe. Well, sort of. I mean, it was Zuna's tribe. So anyway, I'm getting off topic, but she knows the game. So does Jat. Every interaction I've ever had with Jat about PvP, he knows the game. He knows what's going on. He may not be able to fix everything or whatever like that, but they know what's happening. They understand the game. And I just, I'm with you. But I will say there's been so many times, and we can say who started it, but it's like, I look at it, I typically am I have a lot of empathy. I look at it from their perspective. Have you ever read their Discord when they have to post
yeah.
anything negative.
Oh yeah.
I would never
horrible.
talk to my community.
It's horrible.
I'd be like, bro, I'm so sorry. I want you guys to be able to talk to us, but holy crap, I just can't hang with you. It's just too much.
Do you not think they've kind of like, not to say they deserve it, because they definitely don't, like at all, but from like their lack of communication over the many years of this game, they've
Yeah.
kind of like put it on themselves, because the community don't expect anything from them anymore. So it's kind of like the only thing they know what to throw at them is hate. Because they get no response.
I would
Like,
say it's
obviously-
a circle, vicious circle, right? At some
Yeah,
point
100%.
long in the past, there was something that happened where that's the first time it stopped, right? Where they were like, okay, I'm just not gonna talk to, like, we're just gonna
Well-
cut this communication, and then it just constantly cycles. Like, we're mad,
Well, this is it.
they're annoyed. We're mad, they're probably like, you know what I mean?
Don't forget, before my time, there was a moment where a creator leaked a bunch of stuff, a bunch of Ark
Yep.
stuff that they weren't meant to, and so that scenario alone has like ruined, any sort of communication lines
I
between.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, before my time,
It was long. It
can't
was like
remember.
very early.
Yeah, super early, and that's got to have ruined any sort of trust in wanting to build that relationship once again with a lot of creators as a result, right? But they need to, like, you can't just allow that to stop you completely. There needs to be, I agree, there needs to be an improved line of communication between creators and
Didn't
Well, they
and
made
team,
a
yeah.
massive
to
first step with
Studio
you,
Mode
Raj,
Drop,
didn't they?
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
You obviously you're probably under NDA, so you're not allowed to really speak on it. But it's actually we
Yeah,
can't
that
even
was-
speak on it 'cause we
That was a
can't
massive
really-
first step, in my
Yeah,
Oh,
opinion.
that was-
100%.
that was-
And
Yeah.
I really hope that it paves the way for more creators. I told them that myself. It is. Like, I really hope to see as a result of that they bring on more creators. It was definitely a first for them. They rolled the dice, and they did roll the dice. They had me for 24 hours. I could have said anything, as part of their charity live stream, and they put that faith in me, and I'm really grateful for that. And I guess it's one of those. It's rolling the dice again now on
Yeah.
another creator, and knowing that they've got that trust in somebody to do that again. But yeah, it was brilliant. It was
That communication's
experience.
always been like their biggest problem, other than maybe sticking to a schedule. But like, I feel like they wait to give us all news, good or bad, until the last possible second. I feel like
Yeah.
they're even
Oh,
afraid to tell
dude.
us good things in case they have to go back on it. Like, it's like the only good news we ever get is when Jeremy tweets something random in the middle of the day or in the middle of the night, and then we just pray that it holds true for like a month so it actually comes to fruition.
Dude, honestly, hand on heart, when I went over there and in the lead up to it, I knew nothing. They told me nothing, and I still don't know anything after leaving there. Honestly,
You were just a
hand on heart.
dancing monkey.
And it was either to keep me out of the loop so I could like be like the eyes of the community, react in the moment, or they didn't know themselves until the very
True.
last minute, which it could well have been the case. Yeah.
I think Blur's point though, I think that they did a Jeremy when because I agree with you. I think that the turret changes plus the cryopod changes were the exact opposite of changing the cave meta. I think it cemented the cave meta forever and it ruined the game. Like that's why I actually think they need to just shut them off one day and let it ride. And
I
because
do have a question as well.
go ahead.
Sorry, now you go.
No, I was just going to say, I think those two things together, I think they were on purpose. They had to know what that was going to be like. There's no way no one thought of, like, okay, well, now they can just play. I feel like what they thought was, okay, in ASE, anybody who wasn't in a mega tribe got wiped the first second that the servers opened, and then they never played the game again, and we lost the player. And so maybe we can give them a better chance to survive, and because they know the drill. Like 1x players are going to be 1x players. They're going to do what they're going to do every time. Same with smalls, right? They're going to play the game. They're going to bitch and moan, but the reality is they'll just figure out some other way to do it. Whether it's unfortunately sometimes an exploit or like just new metas or just brute force. But like for those people who would play at the beginning of ASA, sorry, and be wiped in the first days after transfer, that's probably the end. Like they probably don't stick around to figure it out because they just had a whole 2 months or however whatever the time was before transfers to get comfy and love all their dinos. And I feel like they made that change on purpose. I feel like they said they were going to fix it, and then they fixed one cave entrance, right? That was Ice Cave on Island, and then they fixed no other cave entrances, made some of them worse, and then allowed you to put turrets where there's no wall, so there's no structure to even C-spin to, or rocket run. Now you're rocket running individual. It's just impossible. Like, and nobody wants to do that. If we pinged in our 1x Discord, hey, we're going to a raid, the first question instantly was outside ? And if the answer was no, cave, it was like nobody showed. Like only the crazy Germans who loved the cave meta. Like that's the only people who would go.
I retract my one thing I wanted to improve. It's remove cave meta.
Thank you.
There we go. No caves. Come at me. What?
It's
Could you-
interesting.
What do you think would happen if we had no cave building at all?
Titans would be OP.
I
They'd need
mean-
enough.
I think they would
Titans
definitely need to do some balancing. Like, but I think that
Do you mean only unofficial?
yeah, only unofficial.
And I mean, I wouldn't say it would be a bad thing because unofficial players would just go there and build caves in happy days.
Yeah, they would just keep
And
doing what
you
they're
have-
doing.
You have the option to do whatever you want to do. So I very rarely play official anyway, so it wouldn't really affect me. The last time I played official was Apocalypse, and there was a potion mod that made you invisible and not get shot by turrets. So that was great. But the thing is, if they have the choice of going in caves and not going in caves by going to unofficial, happy days, everyone wins. So I really wouldn't be against it.
I think that there would be a huge whining in the beginning. Like, obviously, I mean, it's been this way
Yeah,
forever. Now you're
100%.
just turning it off. Like, holy crap, I can't believe wildcard. I hate wildcard. I'm quitting. But I really think the game in 6 months would be so much more fun again, because the whole thing was like that moment. Actually, I think it was Xavier Blur or maybe Xfibo was talking about, like, where you either hold the line right here or we lose everything. That doesn't exist anymore. It's literally, you never lose. The only time on 1x, and probably small tribes, to be honest, the only time you actually ever are scared you're going to lose something is the day that they announce they're locking down servers because they're investigating cheating, which means somebody's getting dev wiped, or somebody's cheating against you. That's the only way that you actually ever lose anything. Otherwise, you just never care, because nobody wants to do because of what Blur said. Nobody wants to spend the time ever in dinos to actually try to fight that cave crap. I think it'd be awesome
It's a
6 months
wonder.
later.
Like everyone says, like, we want to recapture the magic of 2015 Ark, and maybe we never can, because it was an era of everybody learning the game at the time. But you've got to wonder, was it related to cave meta as well? Was that part of the magic?
For sure
back
it
then
was.
as well.
Yeah. It was walking
Conquest is
Brontos
the
all the
best
way
cave.
across the map.
Okay.
No, I agree with
Conquest
that.
is
Go
the
ahead,
best
Zabby.
service
I
to
agree with
play
you.
right now. That should say it all. Conquest is the best service to play for official right now. That should speak volumes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
had fun.
it's crazy, because it's not only the best place to play, but it's the only place where Snell's
Best
in charge of the enforcement. It started pretty shaky in the beginning, but from the last few seasons, from people I know who played it, they're like, yeah, you just don't fight T with guns. You just never take a gun and you're fine. If you pull out a gun, you're insta-banned, no matter what you do with it. But like, yeah, I mean, they are fast too. The seasons we played, if we had somebody cheating, they were there and fixing it like within minutes of seeing the message. They were good at that, actually, which sucks, because that's what we would love to see old official. Like, do that, just do that thing. But
I was about to build on that point. Enforcement for official servers, PvE and PvP, has been lackluster for too long now. Too long.
forever.
It's just something needs to be done about that. I don't know what is going on over there, who's hosting it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that needs sorting.
Why official is dying, frankly. Like, I mean,
Tickets are ignored or
I-
closed.
yeah.
Well, you can report players still, but that's it. But I mean, that's like, you're going to do that for cheating anyway. You just report the player, then put the rest in. But I
why
mean, you're right
PvE
though, 100%.
So PvP is basically the main PvP service to play on now. It's just unofficial, because I think there's like the only person that springs to mind that covers official is Rotodup, who is absolutely killing it. And I don't know anyone else that plays for official really and fully covers it to a wide audience like he does.
Yeah.
everyone else just
I mean,
unofficial.
Curtis was doing it for a while, but I haven't seen him do anything recently.
Curtis saw the light, man. Curtis saw the light.
Oh, man, honestly, respect to PvP content creators. Did it for a while, and it's a grind. Like, I don't know how you do it. It's the hardest type of content to do by far. Unofficial by far. Like it is like Yeah.
You just plan your life around it. It's a lifestyle at the end of the day. It doesn't really feel
Yeah.
like a game. It's more of a lifestyle.
I mean, you got guys
Yeah.
like Glider and I know Omni's been taking a little bit of a break, but Glider and Omni and MWin has sort of started like streaming all the time, and I'm sure there's some I'm missing, but like they do that crap on stream. That I can tell you from experience, and I'm sure you guys have probably done it too. Like, well, I watched the video, Xavier, of you guys doing it on the unofficial that you controlled it. It was still a pain in the ass. It's like, dude, it's like you have to just have this weird mentality to do that, because you just know that it's just going to be such a problem from the time you start to the time you finish. I would literally, and part of my planning to go live would be like telling my tribe, like, okay, I need a couple of you guys ready. Like, if somebody shows up, just come on, we'll just go take care of it. Or I'll pretend like I'm doing something else and you can do it where I don't show what you're doing on stream. It's just so annoying to deal with. Like, ugh, terrible. Yeah, I think if I was going to make a change, it would also be cave meta. I think that would it would either fix it or ruin it, but who cares? Like, let's reset one more time.
Yeah.
Why not? It's dead.
This is it.
Is what it
They
is.
had a unique opportunity to why not release ASA without cave building just for a short period, see if it works. If it doesn't, fine, turn it back on. That's it now. It's on.
Yeah.
Oh, with Conquest, we know it works.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
true. Yeah, of course.
But Conquest only works because they have the good enforcement, right? Because well, actually, I wonder how much less cheating you would see. You would still see spinners and things because that doesn't stop. But like, it's not the same to like mesh above ground base. Like it doesn't work like that as easily. I wonder what's the cheat other than God modding stuff, which will never go away probably as long as they're able to do it.
With the aim assist on console, it feels like everyone's aim button nowadays on ASA. So like, aim assist is just too strong. The majority of the cheats you'll see is usually speed hacks and people duping, because duping on ASA is very simple. Very simple.
easy.
I mean, it
Very
was simple on ASE too.
It's even easier on this game.
I think I think it'd be interesting to see. It would be interesting because obviously my personal opinion is like the cheating went to an all-time high because of cave meta was so boring. It's like if I dislike your tribe, or we've got like a thing where it's our tribe in the alliance and we really don't like your alliance, I'm not going to just let you not get raided because I don't want to do your cave. I'm just going to get somebody I know to go in for the bottom. Yeah, exactly. But if you didn't have to, right? The idea is like if you had to build above ground, now I don't need to do that because I can actually fight you. Come prove that you can hold the line. I think that would be so good. So much fun.
We do have to remember though that we are talking about a very small subsection of our audience, and Wildcard can't really devote too much resources to moderating it. So it's just.
But that's where like you have loads of dedicated content creators that could be useful. Like they could just employ Raz Clark, for example, as like a community lead, and then you have someone.
He practically is. He practically is our secretary with his news. He practically is.
Yeah, check his W2. 1049 is W2. But I mean, yeah, I'll be honest though, it would be wild. All right, so let's pull it back one more time. Any other thoughts on Aquatica before we call it? We've been doing this for several hours now, and I appreciate you guys' time, but anything else you guys want to bring up at all? Anything else you think or you're interested in? And again, we're assuming it's tomorrow.
Respect to the team that are making this happen, the people on the ground floor, honestly.
100%.
I really hope they can deliver the best product they can. I really do. And ASE players, what a great time. Like, you've got some DLC for the first time in a long time. If you can't play ASA, you've got something here to get your hands on. And just have fun. I won't be playing it. I'm watching it for a change. It feels super weird to be saying about anything Ark related, but yeah.
And please don't get bullied into not playing it if it's something you want to play. Not every
I've
decision
seen
is
quite
a moral
few people
decision.
saying, I'm going to unsubscribe if so-and-so content creator covers it. Come on, man. Like, everybody wants to. You're all curious, to see what this looks like. It just depends on whether you're going to be playing it or watching it, without a doubt.
Yep, I agree. I think you should be free to play it if you want to try it, whether it's good or bad. anyone else's opinion doesn't need to dictate for you unless you happen to agree with the opinion. So, but
I'll
so
happily
just
try it,
one more
yeah.
time. I know Raz isn't. Blur and Xavier, you guys you are checking it out, right? At least in some form.
100%.
100%.
But I'll also not be. I also say exactly what my opinion is. Don't buy this if it's absolute crap. And hopefully I'll be able to. If it's bad, I'll be able to inform people, and hopefully that'll make people not buy it. Hopefully. But
Literally,
if
it
it's
is
good, then-
our job to play this game. Like, if you don't want
So
to
you
spend
don't have
money, literally just watch one of us, and we'll tell you if it's worth it. Because we have no ties to them. We'll tell you how it is. Like,
100%.
we haven't
Yeah.
been paid. I didn't get no early access. I ain't got no code, bro. I'm down in the trenches.
Any final remarks?
No, thank you for inviting me. This has been fun.
Chris
I'm
Bell.
definitely willing to do
Yeah.
this more. It
Definitely.
might be
100%.
good. We should definitely get some, like, if we can get Rotoderp or others on here, like people
For
who
sure.
play PvP
This-
even more than me and Zavi, they will have such good insight into like the metas and stuff. Because obviously, ours are a bit like tainted from unofficial.
And like,
Like, with all the
more
mods
people
and
who are
custom
pure
stuff.
PvE, like, you know, because I can relate to PvP to an extent. I know I'm not as in deep as you guys, but like, I know enough of it to be on that side. But I'd love to hear somebody who's strictly PvE and kind of get in that argument as well. So that'd be cool, definitely. So yeah, and
Same.
just waiting for Blur to get his glow sticks out.
By the way, chat, I'm linking the YouTubes for Zavi and Blur, so make sure you click them, subscribe, click the bells, all the things. And if you don't know Raz Clark, we'll stick him in there too.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, dude, thank you guys. It was really nice of Zavi to wait till the day before to make me think of the fact that we should do this. I really appreciate that. But I'm so glad you guys were willing to do it and able to do it at such short notice. Like, literally, we talked about this 2 nights ago. For me, it was two nights ago, and then I spent all day yesterday like trying to make sure I had enough people and do the minimal amount of work to make this not look terrible, so as good as possible. And yeah, I appreciate you guys coming at such short notice. Even if some of us were late, we won't hold that against anyone who is late. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But thank you guys so much. Chat, thank you guys. I'm going to be with you guys in just a second. But yeah, Zavi, Blur, Raz, and Xfibo, who's not here anymore, thank you guys again.
Yeah.
And we'll do this again soon. I got some other things.
Nice to meet you both as well properly. Like, I think this is officially the first time properly meeting you. So yeah, man.
Yeah, me too,
Well,
actually.
me and Zavi are boyfriends, you know, so we know each other very well.
That's good. That's good. Well, you did say earlier when I said something about my wife being a mod, you both said that you don't have wives. So that all's coming together now. I'm starting to see what's happening. Yeah, you guys be good. Enjoy the rest of your night. I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you
man.
guys for being here.
Thank you, dude. Thank you
Later,
as well.
guys.
Nice meeting you all.
All right, chat. Let me get this sorted real quick. Now it's just me. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that conversation. I apologize that it was super last second. I don't know how to take this away. Let me change this. Give me one moment here. Give me one moment. One moment. I did not plan this very well. Do-do-do-do. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second, chat. I apologize. All right, we're just going to do this for a second. And close that. And do that. And will this please work? It will not. Ah, yes, it will. All right, perfect. Listen, I apologize that you have to see just me in full screen, but I do want to say thank you so much for being here. If it's your first time here, welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Big shout out to Zavi. The links are in both chats, I think. So make sure you click the links, drop subs and follows and all that stuff for those guys. It was very kind of them to come in at the last second and do that. But yeah, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to be doing another one at some point in the near future, talking about Rag and Lost Colony, and then who knows what else, and we'll get some more people on. Oh, DM? What's my DM? I know this looks crazy, but. Oh, also, yes, thank you for everybody who followed subs, gifted subs, that giant super chat. For, somebody, what was the name of it? Crap, I forgot what the D stands for. The Arab Emirates, the D was silent. Crap, I can't think of it, man. I can't think of it. Crap. Either way, thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys for being here. I'm going to get out of here now. We'll be back to our normal schedule tomorrow. So I will see you there. But enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening. And we'll catch you then. Thanks you for hanging, chat. I love you. Goodbye. Goodbye, chat. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. The Iram. Got it. Thank you, Lily. Thank you. That was the word. You guys go give all your love to Raz, Zabby, Xfimo, and Blur. Okay? I love you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.